Alright, here we are with Fellowship, The Deeps, Season 1, Episode 10. We're in September 2019, and
I am Tyler. I'm playing the Overlord, Grand Architect Zane, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Peter als Architect General Alderon,
Mark as Prover Iceclaw, the dwarf.
Devin as Goblin King, the orc.
Never gets old.
Nicole as Marilla, the rain.
Alright guys, what happened last session?
Zane made some new minions and made a speech about how he's gonna kill us all. Or something.
Now there's a whole bunch of toys for their parents to buy for their...
Yep.
What happened? I'm sorry, what was that?
There's a whole bunch of cool new evil toys for parents to buy all their kids.
Because he has generals.
Oh, right. He got action figures. You got to buy them all. Collect the set. Do they combine together if you get them all, like the Inspector Gadget toy for McDonald's?
You're gonna find out.
Does anyone know what I'm talking about? No one does.
I do, actually.
And then we explore some ruins and figure out some sort of, puzzles and what have you. We talked to the library. There's a tree that's kind of old and what have you, and she didn't like a necromancer, so we also talked with him, and now he's on our ship.
We found the coolest character in the game. He was a secret character like fucking Magus in Chrono Trigger. We recruited him.
Also, he's not just a necromancer, he's specifically a lich.
He's gonna be an awesome lich, like the fucking Oracle from Secret of Mana.
Fight us in the rear end. This will have no repercussions.
Oh, yeah.
And what did you guys learn at the library?
We learned that Peter's been fucking slacking.
I've been slacking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the architect's fault, as expected. That we're just postponing the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and magic, and what have you. And
there was a whole 40-minute debate over the ethics of. On one hand, should we give the goblins infinite power, or on the other hand, should we...
That wasn't a debate, and I wasn't asking, I was telling.
And so that was a thing. And then, so after that, we pretty much said, oh, maybe you should go and, become the actual architect's thing and get them all behind you so that this can be stopped properly. Maybe not have the entire armada of the builders behind the main bad guy.
Probably for the best. And also, we let the mind control the two-way street.
Yeah, you leak into each other.
Yeah, and that was telegraphed a lot earlier in the show, too. It's almost like the writers were setting up stuff beforehand.
And what are you guys up to now?
I'm getting ready to stop using this voice.
We are going to my home caves to see if everyone's dead. And stop them from dying if they're not already dead.
What are those caves called, Nicole? Command law, or?
We don't speak in language, so they don't have a name.
Ah, so how do they smell like? That's the language people understand. Smells. A wet fart in the rain.
Gross.
Okay, so you guys are heading out on your ship. You are leaving the island behind. Once again, the sea around the island is a little different than the rest of the sea. It's a stranger, darker color. So you know that you're getting further out from the island when it starts to change once more back into the more familiar tones of the sea. As you do, you hear a sound like rumbling thunder, only it goes on for far too long. And you turn, and the section of the wall that you can see, there is a huge plume of black smoke rising from a location where you know one of the pillars once was. And as it does, the sky overhead starts to crackle with blue energy and tessellate, and there's almost like a strange aurora borealis effect that streams out from the four remaining pillars from one to the other. And hands up everyone who's magic.
Nicole's magic.
I guess I kind of sort of am now.
Yeah, you sort of are.
Am I magic or am I just a natural extension of the earth, like the Lorax? I don't know. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. Continue.
You didn't get sick when we went outside of the wall. So goblins are not magic.
Okay.
But you're weird.
I am weird.
You start to feel a little heady and dizzy, almost as if you're up at an extremely high altitude that you're not quite acclimatized to. You feel the magic in the world getting thin, like it's seeping out, as if it's no longer being quite as contained as it once was.
Oh, we just sprung a leak, guys.
Oh yeah, but I did it over the side of the boat.
We gotta get to this.
Well, full speed ahead.
The sea around you starts to get choppy and ragged with waves as the sky darkens and suddenly thick clouds swoop in and a squall descends upon you. And all of a sudden it starts to rain torrential downpour as a huge storm hits you. The waves rise up and start rocking and shaking the boat, and it becomes clear that this is not just any sort of like ordinary
Natural
tempest going through. This is like almost like a full-fledged hurricane that's just come out of nowhere and is hitting you guys. And you're going to go through a set piece called A Storm at Sea.
Yar har.
The stats for this are there are torrential rains. Anyone other than the ship must pay a price to do a move. This stat cannot be damaged. Crashing waves. The Overlord may damage this stat to make you take a result of 6-. Overboard. Anyone knocked off the ship becomes overboard. Anyone who is overboard is removed from the fight and presumed dead. Players always get a second chance to avoid being sent overboard.
Oh my.
The first phase is a sudden change of weather as the tempest sweeps in and catches you all unawares. It has the Gathering Storm stat. When this stat is damaged 3 times, move on to the next phase. You may damage this stat by either steering into it or weathering the storm. Only the ship may damage the storm. You steer into it with Get Away and weather the storm with Overcome. There are turbulent seas. Rough waves will periodically wash over the surface of the ship and attempt to sweep exposed crew members off the side. And flotsam. Periodically, debris churned up by the storm will smash into the ship. The incoming damage can either be overcome with plus hull or avoided with plus engine. Whichever one is selected cannot also be used as the basis of the next Gathering Storm roll.
Okay.
So where is everyone when this hits?
Presumably I'm driving because I'm the pilot.
Yeah.
Can you post those stats
Yes, I can.
just so we can read back at them? while we're going through this?
Poover is, of course, in the engine room, obviously.
Yeah, probably on the deck.
And
It's getting pretty shaky down here, Captain. Sorry, that was more Chekhov than Scotty.
So you're in the engine room.
No, it's fine. Chekhov's still alive.
You're steering.
Yeah.
Well,
The waves are lashing against you as you're at the wheel. Peter?
I'm on the deck. Like navigating, I guess. Or something.
I was whizzing off the side of the boat as established earlier.
Okay. Then there is a soft cut coming your way. You are in danger of tipping right over as a huge wave pushes into the side of the boat and nearly tilts it like 45 degrees over.
40. What should I do to avoid this then? Unless someone wants to come to my rescue.
Where are all of your companions?
Just everywhere. Like
Okay.
all around. I'm going to damage the stats of one of my wolves and use the move, the Bonds of Servitude, and it's going to loyally grab me by the scruff of my goblin skin and yank me away from the edge.
Okay.
Does that sound good for a cut?
Yeah.
Or
That
should I
works.
be making a move, like get away or something?
Your move was Bonds of Servitude.
Okay.
um.
Do
So
I have to pay a price?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'm going to say both the stats are damaged. Like he gets thrown about and doesn't like it. Crispin saved me.
So, I
That's
have
okay.
Rainmaker,
Mm-hmm.
so I can fill an area around me with fog or rain. Would that just add more weather, or would it alter?
Yeah, the area around you is already full of rain.
Okay. I didn't know if it would add
Yeah,
more,
the
or if it
additional-
could like alter the weather.
The addition of additional rain is not helping the situation in any way.
Right? Okay, in which case I will try to, whatever that thing was called where I have to roll get away.
Overcome.
Steer into it.
Steering into it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you try and steer into it.
Yes. Because it's through rain, I get to roll with hope.
Okay.
Nice.
Can we have lights?
I know, right?
Smash. Getaway is...
Plus engine.
Plus engine, so that's plus
Oh, because it's the boat. +2?
Yeah.
I got an 8.
Good thing that we leveled the boat.
Get away, get away. Choose one.
Oh. How does that work? Because everyone's on the boat.
Hang on, I just
Spots?
Yeah.
We're back.
Alright, so yeah, I got an 8, and I damaged the stat one time.
Hey, a price.
No, because she's using the ship. Anything
Oh.
other than the ship.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so you steer into it. You spin the wheel and veer the ship directly into the heart of the storm because you know that there's like no escaping these sudden squalls. The only way is to just sort of push right through it. And as you crest over a massive swell, you come down on some flotsam that is debris in the ocean, the wreck of another ship that was caught in this storm and is capsizing.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're about to smash into it.
Well, that would be bad.
I mean, what can we roll? Can we roll plus hull to weather it? Because we have plus the hull, I think. Will be hull holding.
Yep.
right?
You can
Steer
overcome with
into
hull.
it.
Okay.
So that's probably you, engineer.
I wish I had hope, but I don't. That would be a 9.
The ship must pay a
Nice.
price. 9 minus. Okay, so what do we want to pay, Poola?
I think we'll burn through one of the uses of the repair bay, as Prover is forced to make like emergency repairs on the hull. We've got like some crack spars, and he's got to turn on the bilge pump. But
Okay. So your ship comes down on the other ship and just slams into it and breaks it in half, and it disappears beneath the waves. There's some minor damage to your ship, but you have enough tools around that you can leap onto it and patch it up and keep things holding. So you do that successfully as a wave crashes over the deck, and anyone on top of the ship is in danger of being swept off.
Oh god.
And I assume that the steering wheel is on top of the ship because that's how ships normally work.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, but it's physical. It's really be immune to waves and such.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It's not. She's immune to damage from it.
not-
Oh yeah, I
But
can
it's,
still be
it's,
moved
it's
around.
not damage. It's just
It's not,
catching
it's not
her and
physical
swimming
damage. The wave isn't coming up like a goddamn like weird 1920s cartoon and it's forming a fist and punching you a bunch.
though
Like
if that
Cuphead.
happened, I wouldn't instantly just call it BS if that actually
I mean,
happened
that
in
sounds
this
like something that
game.
could happen.
Right?
What is this? A Spider-Man movie?
I was thinking like fucking Cuphead or those old
Yeah.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Or
But like that literally happened in the new Spider-Man.
a fist came up and punched him.
The water elementals.
Elementals.
Oh yeah. That was all holograms though, so it didn't count in my head. Like when I was thinking of it, I'm like, well that was just all
I mean,
like
maybe this is a giant hologram. It is an architect after all.
was all that water damage machine guns from drones?
Yes.
Moving on.
Well, then,
Moving on.
the drones
the
are
water
little
is
buckets.
sweeping over the deck, and anyone who's up there is gonna move along with it.
Okay, so what? Get away?
Well, I mean, you tell me what you're doing.
And you tell me, Petey.
Yeah, I guess I'll be dodging, like, you know, the elderly I am, so just jumping onto that wave and, you know, bouncing about there.
Okay, so you're gonna get
Wait,
away.
no. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna overcome for you being knocked off the deck
Okay.
because I can prevent you from taking a hit.
Do
Oh
it.
yeah, don't you have that thing that lets
Yeah.
you?
So we're working together, which
Roll
means
with
we roll
hope.
with hope.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dive and like I'm gonna push you and tackle you below deck. Look out!
Look out, goblin!
What do you
Well.
have a power I get for this?
I think you roll with hope whenever you're doing that for me.
Yeah,
Well,
the
we're friends,
Protect,
like we already
protect the
rolled
queen
with-
or something.
Yeah, for the queen. Like, you know, if we didn't have those stats...
If we weren't best fucking friends,
Yeah, if we weren't on speaking terms.
oh, that's a 16. So yeah.
Wow.
16. Oh, no, you take the 2.
Wait, oh, sorry, I'm drunk. That's a 14. I rolled 2 6s and I got a +2 to blood.
Okay, I'm gonna use Crashing Waves to make you take a 6- result.
Get fucked, Peter.
Oh no! So, what, I get swept, or since we're PC to get a second chance?
Since
for
you're
that?
PCs, you get a second chance.
Okay, then I'll try to get away to sequester us both, as you know we're veering off the ship. And I rolled 8, 9 on getaway. Choose one. I guess I'll bring the Goblin King with me to secure us both.
But you don't get in safely, so you hurt yourself?
Maybe. Yeah. And draw attention. So yeah, the wave just crashing over the ship and just sweeping us overboard. Just, you know, grab Goblin King and jump onto that wave.
Okay.
And,
But you don't avoid harm.
Yep.
So as you manage to grab Goblin King, all of your attention is focused on him.
Yep.
And one of like the masts of the ship swings free from its moorings and comes and just clobbers you in the head.
Sure.
So take some damage.
I'll damage my blood.
You're below decks, so you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Marilla.
I will also roll getaway. Do I have to actually be getting away, though? Like, can I stay where I am and still roll getaway?
No.
Get away.
If you
is
get
overcome.
away, you get away.
Okay,
Get away. Just,
If you want to stay where you are, you have to roll overcome.
that's
Ah.
fair.
It specifically calls that out in the book.
Okay.
Oh.
In which case, yeah, I guess I'll have to roll overcome because we can't just have no one steering the ship.
That would be bad.
Yeah, that caused a whole problem.
Oh wait, I'm not rolling with hope.
God damn it.
Do you have to pause?
Yeah, pause it.
Alright, we're back.
Okay, so I got a 9, but I would like to pay a price to get the 10 plus result.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see what I can. Apparently, I have gold, so I'm just gonna say that got swept out from inside of me, or wherever the hell I was holding it, considering I don't wear clothes. And there we go.
Yeah, so in order to avoid being swept away with the wave, you have to disperse yourself a little bit and let it kind of flow through you. But as it does, it grabs hold of some of your possessions and sweeps them out to the sea. What companions were on the deck? And what's happening to them?
Probably a random list of companions. Let's see who do we have on the ship.
Not the gunner, because that makes no sense.
The officer, Goblin King, navigator, the elf, maybe, or maybe they're just on the deck using the maps with muscle. Not sure that anyone else will be on unless someone has like
I mean, there's a bunch of goblins.
yes.
So
There's like a
presumably-
whole-
I was going to ask,
Community
are
over
you
there.
doing anything about the community of goblins that are on rafts and lean-tos?
And that one
like,
ship.
stitched together. And that one ship. That ship is doing okay. But all the goblins on the rafts are not doing so hot.
I will command whales to come up because they're not going to be hurt that bad by storms.
Okay.
Because the water is like the air, but for water. And they'll just start swallowing goblins.
Okay.
Geppetto style.
Is that a move?
That's just me commanding war or being
Okay.
allies with them. Like, I keep talking about us having whales around, so I'm just like, whales, do the thing.
So
I own you.
as Peter saves you, you hold your hands out and summon forth the whales who start swallowing up goblins from the rafts
Yeah.
and pulling them down.
Geppetto style.
Okay, swing the spotlight over to you guys.
Well, we need to weather through this. So, Marilla, get us out to safety.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do about this storm? I'm supposed to fight the storm?
Punch it.
Goblin weapons?
I got over 10.
Plus.
Okay. So you damage it again.
Yep.
I'm really good at oceans. It's kind of my thing.
That's why you're there.
So you're furiously spinning the wheel and steering. The waves are crashing around you. You're just sort of letting them pass through you and over you as you use your innate connection to the water and the rain to coast along the side of waves and avoid the choppiest bits and keep going straight forward on your course. Another wave comes crashing over the side. And once again, anyone who is on the deck is in danger of being swept overboard.
Okay,
It's just going to keep happening.
Okay, Goblin King, I don't think we're much help you. Let's go under the deck where it's safer.
I actually thought you guys already were under deck.
Yeah, but alright, I guess there's no one left on the deck then.
Just Marilla.
Not anymore.
Alright. Good luck, Marilla.
That's a 12.
So you're getting away?
Yeah, get away safely.
Okay.
The Goblin King.
Aha! Suck a dick, weather.
So you grab the Goblin King and toss open a hatch and then
Yep.
disappear down beneath it before the wave crashes over.
Yep.
So on the,
Let's hope Marilla doesn't get swept
on the
away.
pipe.
Otherwise,
So,
we just-
how's it going up there?
it's wet.
Yeah, it's a
Wet
total
everywhere.
cluster cuss.
It's like a waterfall, but on the ocean.
Okay,
Pay a price.
Sure, I'll use my engineering tools.
Okay.
I
So
got
the door shut.
it's fine, I can go through doors.
technically not waterproof, so completely waterproof.
I got a 9, so I will damage my iron, which makes sense because I'm weathering the storm, as the price to get the 10 plus result.
Okay. So once again, the wave is just crashing through you, and you are completely resolute in the face of the storm, and steering to the best of your ability, and navigating through the foamy, choppy seas.
Finish it, Nicole. Finish it.
Kill it.
Let's see if I can get the next getaway. Yes. There you go. Over 10 again.
Huzzah.
Okay. So you defeat the first phase, and then
First phase. Oh no.
and then you enter into the heart of the tempest. So you have been steering to your best, but the storm doesn't seem to be abating, and it's almost as if it's moving along with you. And what you need to do now is try and navigate a way out of the storm. So these are the new stats for this phase. Anyone exposed on the deck of the ship risks being struck by lightning. Once again, waves are crashing over and pulling people on the deck into the side, and the crashing wave stat is now undamaged. And this is how you get through the tempest. You need to stay the course. So since you chose to steer into it, you have to continue steering into it. That's what you've picked to do.
Okay.
And you need to follow through and find your way to the other edge of the storm. But you need to find that edge of the storm first. So you have to search for calm, which means someone needs to look closely. But if you're within the safety of the ship, you roll with despair and cannot have hope. And because the waves are crashing and you guys are in the heart of what's almost a hurricane at sea, your crew is falling into despair. I mean, they've seen people get washed over, so you need to find a way to rally their morale. Once you damage all 3 of those stats, you've succeeded and the storm is over.
I can definitely look closely, considering I'm the only one that's not below deck.
I mean, won't you?
Remember, if you need to get above the deck, we still have the exosuits.
But won't you need to be steering the ship as well? Doing the piloting moves, right? Or not?
Well, turns don't
What?
much work.
Yeah, I mean you can leave everything to Marilla, but it's going to take longer, and she's probably going to be struck by lightning and hit with more waves.
I have a question about lightning.
Yeah, it's going to suck for you.
Yeah. I was like, it's probably dangerous,
I'm
right?
getting
Probably
energized
has
by
the
this.
dangerous set.
I should go out. I should go out and help in one of the exosuits.
Do it.
All right, I'll get into an exosuit, and like I'll step on a bunch of things. You know, I'll stuff some goblins in there so I can like reach the pedals or whatever.
Presumably, they made a goblin-sized one, because you're one of the crew.
Right? And I'll get into the
But
big
that's
one.
much funnier.
For the baby Brockfolk model.
the fucking carrying one for the front of it. For the front, like the power armor's normal. There's a goblin one for like a front carrying one.
So the big daddy with a little thing.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Now we get to an adult-sized one.
So tell us what the exosuits do.
I don't know. Fucking he made them.
Exosuit.
They're just exosuits. There's no description in the rules for them. The guy who made them gets to describe them. Look away, Peter. This is a Mark thing.
Good point. So yes, the brilliant inventor, Poover, has constructed a bunch of like old-timey diving helmets. There's no magic involved in these. They're just old-school tech. So they have big air hoses and they're clunky, but because they've got like they're big with the like a bell helmet and a big stone, they're going to be very, very difficult to getting washed over is impossible. And of course, they also have the ropes and attachments for the sorry, whatchamacallit, to keep from flying over. And
Okay.
also, if you weigh 3 times as much, you don't really have to worry
Yeah.
about flying over.
So I'll start stomping my way up to the door Peter bolted, smash it open. Oh, look at me! I'm a giant! And I'll just, like a Frankenstein's monster, like, hurl myself towards you all haphazardly, unbalanced.
Okay, so you see Goblin King smash through the deck and start
You
stumbling
see
up
something.
in an exoskeleton.
And I go fight the Queen Alien.
And you, garbed in metal, on the deck in the middle of a
This is
lightning
part of my
storm,
plan.
are struck by lightning.
My plan was to put myself looming over Marilla and putting my hands on the side of the ship, so when I got struck by lightning, it would go through the exosuit, arc over Marilla, and ground itself into the ship.
The ship is made of wood.
Oh, well, it's just going to hit me over and over again. But either way, it doesn't hit Marilla.
Yeah.
Okay? Can I get to her before that cut comes? Because that's exactly what my plan is. I want to get struck by lightning.
I mean,
Sure.
you're distracted there.
It's a hard cut that's coming your way. You can get to her before it happens, but you are hit by lightning.
And this will prevent her from being hit by lightning at least once?
Yes.
Perfect.
And you damage your blood.
Well, I was gonna pay a price for this hard cut. I was gonna blow up the exosuit.
I'm pretty sure with a hard cut, I pick what happens.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I was gonna be like, haha, I have your new exosuit, and I was gonna immediately blow it apart. I did it, guys, and ruin it.
But is the piercing,
Ooh, is it piercing?
Because
Piercing lets you choose.
Ah, okay. Right, I choose he takes damage.
Yeah, you say you take damage, and then chooses what. Unless
Okay.
it's piercing, then you choose what takes
You take damage.
Is this just me taking damage?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll take damage, and I guess the exosuit's still there. But I'm moving over Marilla.
Just imagine it's like the got like rubber suits, so the only reason he's being zapped is because it's full of
It's full of goblins. It's not
And like
sealed
the
correctly.
goblins are like on the other sides are dying, and like for except for the Goblin King, it's like it's like a
Insulated by
comical
the-
thing where they're like you see the skeleton outline.
It's like baby armor.
So you're doing your damnedest to steer the ship, and Goblin King is standing there looming over you, and a flash of lightning just cracks down, and you can smell the ozone and hear the sizzling goblin as it strikes him behind you.
Life is pain. Those are other goblins, not me.
Lordy.
Is someone doing some cooking on deck?
I will
Sound inside the
roll look closely.
Okay.
I got a 9. So I learned one of the answers the hard way, but I get to ask 3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Which
So
way should we
like,
go?
yeah, which way should we go to get out?
Is there anything we can do to make it safer?
Yeah, that's a good question. And
Are there any?
like, I don't even have to ask if this is like the storm's clearly being controlled to attack us specifically, so I don't even have to ask that. Yeah, how to make it safer, I guess. How to get out, and I can't think of another question.
Okay. You see beams of sunlight in the distance that indicate the edge of the storm. But you also see between you and those beams of sunlight the jagged edges of a coral reef. And to go through it, your ship is going to take some damage. And if you want to make this safer and if you want to go faster, you're going to need some crew to help you out. People need to actually man the ship, get up on the deck and do sailor things, man the jib arm and what have you. Because right now it's just you spinning a wheel, trying to like turn this massive ship and having like this retinue of other ships beleagueredly follow you. And just doing it on your own is very difficult.
Are you going to communicate that to me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What's going on?
I need some help here with boat things.
Okay, I can do that. Oh, because my job is to be the intercom guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab an intercom thing by the captain. He's like, "Hey, assholes, we need you on deck to do boat stuff. Come on. We're gonna sink and die if you don't."
Caleb is like, oh, I can help. No, he can't. He's a ghost. So Hamish will start heading up towards the deck. I think it's the ship's muscle or something.
Can this suit take another lightning strike, or is it trashed?
It didn't damage the suit. It damaged you.
You're the one getting fried on the inside.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the line going directly into the ship, it wouldn't have struck you because you've got grounders and the boots would obviously be in a rubber or something. So
Well, I'll just get out of the suit, and
Does
then I won't be
rubber
struck by
exist?
lightning. I don't know why I was struck by lightning.
Unless the storm is, again, being guided by something.
It's a magical storm. We'll punch you in the face.
Alright, well, I guess I'll hang out with the suit then if this storm's magical.
So Hamish heads out, and also some crew gets on deck.
Our disposable crew.
Yeah.
So now that we have crew, I'll start yelling boat things. Be like, man the jib or whatever.
Man, the jib! The jib is the most important part!
It's the only boat word I can remember. It's because Tyler just said it.
Sink without the jib!
Okay.
I don't even know what it is.
Put the jib back together!
But yeah, I'll tell them to do boat things, and I will roll get away again.
Okay.
Ooh, not so
The
good.
jib is like the little triangle sail.
What's our thing?
Most important part.
what are we
+2.
rolling? +2.
I got an 8 then.
She's trying to steer into it.
So what does an 8 do? Do I still do it?
Probably.
Do we do the thing?
Because this seems to be different than just normal getaway.
Yeah. So if you get a 10 plus, you succeed at it swimmingly to the point where like nothing bad then crops up to go against you. If you get like a 7 to a 10, you succeed, but you're still steering into danger. So then another cut comes towards you that you then have to deal with. Which in this case is you manage to steer into it. A huge wave like swells up next to you and you steer. You bank away from it so it doesn't capsize the boat, but you are now scraping onto the reef. And your ship is going to take damage.
Okay.
Hull holding engineer.
Yeah, we don't have much option. We'll try and keep this thing in one piece. She cannot take the pressure, Captain!
She has to.
Oh, wow. No, she totally can take the pressure. +1, right?
That's plus hull, +2.
Oh, 12.
Okay.
Is that-
I'm going to use crashing waves to give you a 6 minus.
Of course.
So a particularly jagged section of the reef punctures the hull of your boat and scrapes along. Your ship takes damage and you start taking on water.
I guess I'll damage our cannons.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you're not going into a fight or anything.
Not at all. So you say that the crew needs to be motivated, so I guess I'll step in here as the heir to use my leash. Since everybody here is, you know, below me, then I don't need to roll to talk sense to them. As I, you know, just start telling them, hey, pretty much I give me the command on what to do, so they focus on their actual jobs rather than, you know, worrying about, you know, what lies ahead. But, you know, if we all work together, we'll get through this. Now, don't slack off.
Yes, my leash doesn't motivate them. It makes them do what you say.
Makes them obey.
Obey them to be motivated.
I mean,
It's the difference between command and
When you issue a
passion.
command to someone below your rank, they'll do it immediately, no questions asked. So if they were being reticent to get on deck and actually do their jobs, I would say, yeah, you could use Yes My Leash to get them to actually be crew. But you're not gonna boost their morale by doing that.
Can I spend
just
the
say
use
Poover,
of,
get the whips.
You cannot be ignored. Spend one use to talk sense or speak softly with someone who does not want to listen.
Yeah.
Can I use that to be like, come on guys, we can do this?
You can, but I wouldn't say that they don't want to listen. It's more
They
just
desperately want guidance. They
Yeah.
want someone to motivate them. They love being motivated.
that'll be talk sense. And the last part of the Yes My Leash is you never need to talk sense to someone who's below your rank. Therefore, I think it means, you know, I just do it.
I mean, why not? Everyone else has superpowers.
Okay.
Just pay your price, because we ought to pay prices for this shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you're willing to pay your price, I'll give it to you.
Sure thing. I guess I'll
Give up extra money for everyone.
pretty much, you know, paying double the time.
double your pay,
Hey guys,
everyone.
we're on hazard pay.
Here's my dragon horde.
Oh no, wait, shit, I had to pay a price to get struck by lightning and soak up Marilla's hit, didn't I?
No, that was a cut.
Okay.
You didn't do a move.
Okay.
If she was going to get struck by lightning and you rolled to overcome,
Which I'll do.
then you would have.
Ha ha! Ha ha ha!
So you run around and start doling out cash and showing the bling and being like, "Look, guys, we get through this. This is all yours. This is for you."
Hey.
Yeah,
Money.
hazard pay, and that motivates them. They're willing to live another day for the sake of gold.
Also
Very-
need to die, but the extra $10 an hour.
Hey, that's how you want to do it.
I don't have much else left. Other than I know, cocking my rifle.
But another crashing wave sweeps its way over the deck and starts sweeping people overboard, including members of your crew.
Okay. How do we save the members of our crew, Captain?
Roll
You'd have
overcome?
to overcome.
Oh.
It's a cut that's coming towards everyone who's on the deck.
Oh.
So you need to resolve it for yourselves, not you because you're anchored, and you need to resolve it for the crew.
Are you
Otherwise-
above deck?
No one will.
No, he's below.
Yeah, I thought so.
You got some crap on overcome.
Yeah, so am I.
Then how are you motivating the crew?
I thought the people below decks were
He was
sad.
signed through the intercom, probably.
Oh, that's
Okay, sure. Talking
Because we
through
have
the
broadcast.
We do have intercoms.
Okay.
Is there a way to make it so that people don't get swept off deck?
Overcome.
Yeah, but I can't roll for both myself and them, presumably.
I mean, like, preemptively, you could start lashing people.
Yeah, with them! Punish them!
Lashing them to the deck.
There would be plenty of ropes and stuff on the deck,
With that
literally
face
for
she
that.
makes
If everyone
for that
put on their
purpose.
exosuits, that would be an issue. But no,
But
we're in a hurry.
that'll help you for the next wave. It won't help you for this wave.
Okay, so, Goblin King, you should roll overcome. Like, this isn't in character, obviously.
Okay, yeah.
You should roll overcome for crew, and you can grab them, because you can't get swept off right now. So that's your overcoming. You're
But then
trying
I
to
get
grab
struck by
them.
lightning.
Well, let them go afterwards and tie them to the fucking things.
But then you'll get struck by lightning because I'm not here being lightning covered.
Yes, you are.
I mean, you're expecting her to be the lightning rod here. Well, clearly,
It's
you're
gonna try and murder you!
I don't care.
No, we need you!
We also need the crew.
Where the fuck is
Marilla, I
Boomer?
need you.
He's busy.
I'm working on the engines.
Where the fuck is Boy King?
Fuck you, people. You lean out dull.
Where's Boy King?
I think you my money gun.
Fucking boombox spraying out coins.
I will roll overcome for myself.
Okay.
I guess I should go.
I got over 10, so
Yep.
that's fantastic.
I will go and try to save the crew. Can I pay a price and say lightning blows up my exosuit? Because I think it'd be awesome.
Sure.
Alright.
Such a bastard.
I just want it to happen really bad. It's like lightning will blow up your exosuit. It's like, oh, what? And dragons will fly on their little wings? Whatever, game.
So how are you saving the crew?
I'm gonna whip them in the face if they make a peep, like they told me to. Lash them.
Oh, help them.
I'm gonna tell them to stop tripping.
The lashings will continue until morale improves.
What he's actually doing is catching them because he can't be blown away right now, and then tying them.
Yeah, and a bunch of whips, and I'll like whip them to where they need to be
Just take a,
and tying them to their station
with my whip.
take a giant cut of nine tails and just...
Yeah, it's a giant bunch of rope, and I'm just lashing them. They said to lash them. If they make a beep.
So are you whipping them or are you catching them?
Both.
You're catching
It's not
them and then
comfortable.
tying them
He's
down.
catching them within the...
You're not whipping them.
All right, whatever. You guys want to be
This
pretty
exosuit
about
came with 9,
it. Exosuit and a whip on it. All right, here I go. I'm not rolling with hope because I'm not working with anyone but myself. That's an 8.
Okay. Are you gonna pay a price to take the 10?
You're blowing up your suit, remember?
No, that's because we're in a storm.
That's because of the torrential rains.
I guess the price I'll pay is the goblin weapon I have to whip them and lash them to places blows up. Like it wears it out. So I'm down a goblin weapon.
Okay.
It's one time
Oh, yo-yo. Yeah, I was using my spiked yo-yo, so, you know, it was like it sticks in their back and I just drag them where they got to go and then I use my rope to tie them up.
So you're on one end of the deck and you toss your yo-yo across and it sticks into the mast at the other end and leaves like a big rope so that when the wave tries to knock them off to the side, they all bounce into the rope and stop from going overboard, but it breaks your yo-yo.
Yeah, exactly.
Childproofing.
And then I'll run back to Marilla.
You save the crew.
I did it!
Look
upon your savior in despair!
So, do I now try to get away again?
You can.
Are we still doing this? Okay.
Do it.
I think you've done it twice, right?
Yeah.
Haha! Over 10!
Get away, get away.
You're hopelessly hopeless.
Have you seen that show?
No.
Okay.
Not.
You're making an Arrested Development reference, we'll tell you later.
It just did not seem like a show you would have seen recently. It's just like, fucking what? Yeah, so another time I rolled it and I got it.
Okay, so you force the ship to claw over the reef. You guys are still taking on water. Some of your cannons were knocked overboard when the waves crashed through. The moorings that were holding them in place broke, and they fell out into the sea. But you managed to reach the edge of the storm, and it fades into memory behind you. No one fell overboard, so we don't have to do that.
Oh, we're out?
You're out. You're through.
I have more thing I want to do.
Okay. Nope. Storm's still going.
Well, if she's going to get struck by lightning to protect her from being struck by lightning, I was going to swallow her and let her hand stick out of my mouth to drive the boat. And then when we got struck by lightning, I get struck by lightning and not her.
Okay.
But like that can't happen. I don't want to take the extra damage. I don't want.
No, it's too late.
You called
It's
it.
already happening. So
Well,
you
say
swallow her. You engorge around her, and she reaches out to steer the boat. And you are once again struck by lightning.
You're wearing a Goblin King suit.
So take some damage.
Hooray! I had to do the thing.
Living exosuit.
I'm going to damage my iron. Because I'm a dwarf.
Dwarf.
So you guys emerge into the sunlight on the other side of the storm as it fades and dissipates. There are tattered remnants of the goblin rafts trailing behind you. The other ship seems to have suffered some damage as well. It's a little beat up. You guys are slowly starting to sink into the water as you are taking it on. There are whales that are rising up next to you to disengorge dolphins.
Dolphins.
I forgot the word for goblin.
Now they've
You're really
mutated.
mixing goblin and dolphin together.
Yeah, well now they've mutated. They a bunch of them cut their throats and jumped in the water, and now you've got
They're
goblins.
disengorging goblins back onto the rafts and onto your ship because not all the rafts survived.
And we have that second ship.
Yep.
And the big scary one. Which I'm guessing was just fun.
No, it's a little beat up.
Okay.
Because, it followed you over the reef as well.
Well, I guess we're gonna use our repair bay, the last use of it, to fix up our ship, and then just continue onwards.
Okay.
It was a good hustle, team.
Next
Yes.
time, let's go around
A
such.
team effort.
I like point to all the sailors that have been whipped. I did my part.
I was looking at you when I said it.
I'm doing my part.
Okay, are we close to my place?
No.
Now it's time for a long journey.
Now it is time for a long journey.
Smoking wreckage of the ship. I open up like one of the holds we have on the deck because presumably we have a thing to get the cargo holds, right?
Yeah.
I'll just push all the wreckage of the suit on top of like your area. It's like, here you go.
You just hear a bunch of dwarven cursing that's completely incomprehensible. It doesn't even sound close to whatever the universal language of this area is.
No, don't be sore. I left some cooked food in there for you. They have like cartoonish bites taken out of them.
You see the bling dolphins rising up around you, searching through the wreckage, looking for any treasure that's been cast aside.
We've infected it with capitalism.
Lordy.
So who wants to set the first scene?
Okay, Hoover, you're repairing the ship, taking a little bit of river on the way there. What made it more complicated than we expected?
What made it more complicated than we expected? I think the fact that we had repeated water strikes all over the ship and went through there, that we have a lot of the ship's internal systems are clogged with water.
The engines were.
Yeah, the engines were thoroughly gunked up with water from that, and damage from the running a hull over over the reef, which is kind of not a good idea.
So how did you solve that problem?
I solved that problem by until we have some time, since we're running low on everything. I took apart the guzzler. Took out all the engine from that sucker, and I just basically used that for extra patching material. And until we get some more materials and I have time to build another mini
Put the
ship.
engine with some pump so it can pump the water out or something.
Yeah, we needed the steel and stuff.
Okay, that works.
Scene somewhere else.
Let's see. Oh, I think the crew would like a so big thing of money, and they're kind of wouldn't mind going to a settlement to actually spend some of it. Kind of make some of them make their displeasure known.
Who are you setting that up for?
Well, he's looking in my direction.
Yeah,
so...
But I don't think it can go back to you. We have to end with you.
Oh, never mind.
Just point that at me. I'm good at unionizing.
Yeah, the
Where
goblins.
there's a whip, there's a way.
Not just goblins, other people too, probably.
Yeah, I think the crew. The crew you saved a bunch of them, so that doesn't seem very likely. That
Yeah, but they're not going to talk to the king guy. The king guy's unapproachable. He'll tell them to stop.
I have
He has a
way.
closed door policy.
Yeah, it's a super fucking closed door policy.
So I think a lot of the rafts, I mean, let's face it, they were rafts in a superstorm. A lot more of those were trashed than originally thought, and pretty soon a bunch of the whales just sort of showed up and dumped even more. And now the ship is teeming with goblins to the point where it's going to interfere with the function.
Alright, is someone talking to me about this? Is anyone bring this up to me?
Yeah, I think...
Why do I care?
You notice that some of the goblins start to look a little dead.
Hey, I'll go over to one of them. Hey, what's up, bud? And I'll like kick
He's
him
just
a bit.
walking into a wall again and again.
Is he dead?
Yes.
I'll check his pulse.
No pulse.
I'll drink his blood.
It's pretty stagnant.
What the cuss is this?
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Wait a minute! Not too long ago, we met a necromancer.
Right?
And I'll look over the edge of the boat to the necromancer whale. And he still hangs out with us. Yeah, whatever. That's not my problem. I choose to resolve the situation by ignoring it.
Okay. The dead goblins are raiding the kitchen and other areas and finding as many bowls and containers as they can, and then going to the ocean, filling them with water, and then leaving them all over the deck, and Seaweed is putting fish in them.
To like make the fish not be mind controlled? What's happening?
Is that what she's doing? What are you doing, Seaweed, on the hot summer, Jay?
I thought I would save the fish from the dragon.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. You should keep doing it.
Okay.
Oh,
She
my
does.
best friend! Oh, hey, that flooded ship.
What flood shit?
Where we fought those eels and there were ghosts everywhere.
Oh, yeah, good times. That's how we got those ghost crew.
Yeah, we got rid of the ghosts and the eels, and I don't think it's actually literally connected to the ocean, it's just flooded.
Yeah.
So, you can go there. It's a big place full of water that's not in the ocean.
Yeah, I
So-
feel like your empire.
You want me to leave?
Like, not right now, but I'm just saying for, like, not being mind controlled. Like,
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, that's a good place to go.
Yeah,
Completely unrelated to anything we were just talking about, but
Yeah, it's good. Impromptu. I like it.
yeah.
Always say yes. Yeah.
Well, at least Necromancer isn't like grabbing all the meat from the pantry and animating that, and have a little chicken minions and what have you.
Have you,
Would that be so wrong?
Have you tried steel goblin?
Ah, yes,
super
chicken
great.
a la Lich King.
I feel like I could eat this.
Does anyone else feel like weighing in on the dead goblins?
Can I just like bite into
You
this
all
goblin's head and
notice
walk away from it?
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'll just walk around.
Yeah.
Huh. I could just like, just take a bite out of him. He's still doing stuff.
Did you say you can't reanimate the goblin?
You can you can
the
reanimate the
meat.
meat.
I specifically said the meat can be reanimated. He's a necromancer.
Just goblins don't have ghosts, or like you can't make them into like thinking undead. You can make
Goblins
minds
do
with
not breach the natural world through extending their lifespan because we're part of the natural world. Because the wall builders are so prideful and flint-hearted, they've broken themselves in such a way that they can steal the future from their descendants. That's how necromancy works. That's the difference between you. You have this kind of spark that lets you live on past your lifespan, stealing from future generations. Goblins, like good animals, just, die and let the next generation take over. And that is how I spin goblins not having souls into being a good thing. And not erase something.
Okay. Set a scene for someone else.
All right. The Overlord, Zane.
Yep.
Okay. So he is dealing with, because Goblin King is famous and people like Boy King stories, he is dealing with people protesting his harsh policies against Goblin King and Boy King. Not like a lot of them, not enough to like ruin his day, but like it's a scene he has to deal with publicly. And he's charismatic and stuff, so it's not gonna be that hard. He has to roleplay it though.
I'm imagining there's like people giving out like forbidden stories that more resemble the truth. Than
Small children cosplayed as Goblin King.
Okay. You guys are going to have to take on some characters in this scene, though.
Okay.
So Zane is doing a little bit of a PR tour. And he is going into a little builder elementary school. to sit down with some children and have a little rap session.
Like Aku in that one episode of Samurai Jack. Yes, child, why do you interrupt Aku?
Lordy.
So you guys can all be elementary school students.
I'm gonna be a kid dressed up as a goblin.
Yeah.
Like, you know, goblins from Legend of Zelda, how cute they are?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay. So I understand some of you may have heard some unsettling rumors going on about the terrorist, Juno Alderaan.
What's a
Is that
terrorist?
why
Might
the
be-
wall exploded?
Are we
no,
gonna die in our sleep?
I think Jimmy's a terrorist.
Jimmy is not a terrorist.
How do you know? You don't know Jimmy.
I know because I'm the Grand Architect. It's my job to know these things.
That
tracks.
I have a list.
How did you design the Grand Palace Sublime?
The Grand Palace Sublime was designed by architects in ages past, and we merely inherited it. But the thing about Juno is that he is a murderer.
Whoa.
And we all know that murdering people is inherently wrong.
What if they're a murderer?
How many
We
did
don't-
he kill?
Do we not have
We
the death
don't murder
penalty?
murderers. That puts us on their level. For example, if Jimmy punches you, it's not fair for you to punch him back. You have to go and tell a teacher, and then Jimmy gets put in timeout. And that's what we need to do here. We
Would
need
Jimmy
to
get
put
murdered?
we need to put former architect Juno Alderaan into a timeout.
But doesn't that
Wait,
put
wait,
a...
wait. Out of character? That's really fucking funny because that's the exact mentality that made them imprison the dragon instead of just getting rid of him.
He eternalized it!
But no, continue, Devin.
Allie's parents say that puts undue pressure on the victims to have to get justice then.
Which parent said that? Can I have names?
What's your name, child?
So
So
who'd he
Monkey
murder?
classroom.
How many people did he kill?
How many people did he kill? What's his high score?
he murdered another architect in cold blood.
What?
And he got the Goblin King to do it for him because Juno Alderaan is a coward.
I mean, not now.
Oh, a goblin killed someone? That's
Is that
kind
why
of
you
different.
haven't? Is that why you haven't been able to track him down yet?
Oh, we know where he is. We've sent a flotilla to capture him. Don't worry. Juno Alderaan will be behind bars very soon.
Yay!
And you'll be able to sleep at night again.
Goblin King killed an architect?
Yes, he did.
He must be pretty strong.
He must have wanted to do it. You can't make goblins do anything. They're free spirits.
Who's been telling you about goblins?
Goblins, they sleep under my house.
You shouldn't talk to goblins.
They said that you're kind of nice.
Well, there's a bit of truth in every liar. That's how they get to you. First they tell you sweet things, honest things, and then once you believe them, they start to fill your mind with lies.
They said that you and Goblin King are friends. You're like peas in a pod, or buddies in a cell.
See? That's where the lying starts.
So you don't like Goblin King?
Well, Goblin King murdered an architect. Whether or not I like him is kind of irrelevant at this point. We have to see justice through.
Isn't it not his fault because of how he is?
Everyone is responsible for their actions.
But isn't it kind of like if you like punish a dog for being taught to bite? I mean, they're goblins, right?
Well, we train dogs. If a dog poops on the floor, you have to smack its nose.
But you can't train a goblin.
Yeah, you can't train goblins. They're just kind of doing their thing.
You know a lot about goblins.
This is a different I sleep over at his house.
We tried to potty train them. Didn't work.
What?
The teacher's just like, oh, they had a pet once. Convinced me it was neutered. I'm so sorry, architect.
Now,
Wow, is he a terrorist?
what's that?
You said
'Cause
Other
he's
guy
bad.
is a terrorist.
Because he kills architects.
Yes.
I thought terrorist means you blow up stuff.
Cool.
Terrorist means you commit crimes against society.
How can they terrorize us if we're in the capital? How can we be afraid of anything?
There are people outside the capital, and they're part of our society as well. It's our duty as builders to protect them.
Why don't they move here then? Will they always be protected?
There's not enough room in the capital, and not everyone wants to live in the capital. It's important that we respect each other's choices. Now,
He's
who
good.
here
He's
likes
good, yeah.
magic?
Everyone likes magic!
And Zane starts doing magic tricks.
Shut up, children!
Just imagine that one kid from Ugly America cutting his palm and putting a bloody hammer. Yeah, I love magic! Like, so motivated. Alright, you gotta spin one at us now, Architect Zane.
Yeah, okay. So it went do. So I got to go to the coal. Let's see. Coal.
You want to pause?
No.
Oh, you got
As you are, because you guys are starting to get close now. As you are approaching your home community, you start to see distressing signs that they might be in great danger. What are those signs, and how do you deal with it?
Signs that they're in great danger.
Do your people have some kind of like secret signal or distress call?
Yeah, like I guess it depends on the type of danger. Like, are they in like physical danger or like?
Mortal peril.
Okay, then yeah, they'd probably more of them would be on the surface than is normal because usually they don't really surface up that much. And yeah, I don't know how they would communicate to other communities or like how they ask for help. They're kind of isolated.
They could drop, like, they could have bottles underneath the sea
Okay.
where they put
What-
messages in or something.
What would you be expecting to see as you approach your community? What would be normal?
Just like a little island and like a sea. They normally live under the water.
Okay.
So yeah, so if there's like disturbances, if the island's been like damaged, or if there's like dead fish everywhere or something like that, like anything like that. Yeah, especially because my people don't eat meat.
Let me
so-
give you a different one then.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe do a quick pause.
Alright, and we're back.
So you're steering the ship, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're steering it at night, when it's a bit of a quiet moment and not a lot of people are around, what's her name? Adila comes up and she wants to talk to you. She says, so, Juno, huh? You really got his back.
Yeah. He's
How's-
trying to stop bad stuff from happening, so.
How'd that come about? I
Fuck
mean,
you.
We met together in the bar and said, you know what, fuck Zane.
I had an idea of how I joined up with you guys too, but I don't remember it right now. I know that you were, like, you're clearly wanting to not have the wall come down. Oh yeah, I heard about him from, through a couple other people, through Goblin King actually. Me and Goblin King were friends before, and, you know, I go out more than most of my other people, so when we figured out that there was someone trying to take down the wall, they figured they'd send me out and I'd go out and try to help it not be taken down, because that would kill everyone.
would it? I mean, how can you be so sure?
I
I mean,
went
there's
to-
so many things that are happening that I've only read about in books, and I never really believed any of them, and now they're all happening, and it just seems so surreal. And I mean, Goblin King, like, he ate that guy's head.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of
now-
just like shrug a bit about that, but
And now there's
Companies
a
do that.
and now there's a lich.
yeah, there is. Okay, so circling back, how I know my people would all die. Because, firstly, I went over the wall and immediately got sick, and then when Zane left with a magic-y thing that made me not be totally dead, I started taking damage and started getting hurt. So if I stayed there too long, I would just die. And that's because I was outside of the wall, and if the wall's gone, everywhere's outside of the wall. Also, because I had a crazy, weird prophecy thing about everything being on fire if Zane gets what he wants.
Okay, I mean, like, I can see that logic. Like, I get that you guys have to stop Zane.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just wondering if maybe your methodology is a little rough.
Well,
Like, why doesn't Juno just go challenge Zane?
I think he's gonna. It's just, I think we were trying to gain allies or something first. Also,
She looks at the necromancer whale when you say
yeah,
that.
I don't.
We were putting fires out the whole time. We weren't gaining allies.
Oh
You're
yeah.
saving people. Like your people.
Oh yeah. Also, we kept trying to save people. Every time we went somewhere, there was another bunch of people that were in danger, so we had to go save them. We tried to fight Zane, and that didn't work. So
We went to the library to.
yeah, and we got more information, and now we know what we're doing.
Yeah, I haven't heard about the library. I mean, I was kind of hoping that I would get to tag along on that one.
The spy bot never came back, so she hasn't gotten any intel.
I mean, didn't the spy bot come back with you?
Orby never went back to report to the Overlord, so she, being the Overlord's friend, never got the intel dump. So I kind of thought
If she's a traitor.
I don't know, she was, probably.
Yeah, it was not as helpful as you'd think. She didn't let us see any books, and just told us some stuff. Well, it was very helpful, but I mean, we don't get to keep any books. It's not a library that an actual librarian would like, I don't think. It was just
Oh.
a tree lady that was like, I'm very old and know things.
That's disappointing.
It was also scary and weird. There was like a crazy maze city and zombies everywhere because there was a lich.
This whole adventure has been scary and weird.
Yeah, it's once we win everything, things should settle down.
I want to go home.
Well, if you go home, then you're kind of just letting bad stuff happen, though. Like, you can, no one's stopping you. But, I mean, isn't it kind of our duty to stop all of this?
Well, how do I help? I mean, I'm a librarian.
I don't know, you're smart. I don't know.
Other character, she is the quartermaster of the ship, isn't she?
What's a
Oh,
quartermaster?
I thought this was that other one.
I don't even know what a quartermaster
How many
is.
librarians do we have?
The supply person, the people who takes care of inventory and stocking and making sure that there's like stuff on the ship and like making sure the stuff that the equipment's rationed out and resupplying it.
Okay. I'll
The
say
Either
inventory
character.
management.
I'll say all that. That's how you're helping. I
Okay.
drive the boat, you make sure everything goes on time.
Well, I guess I'll get back to that. If Goblin King eats more people's heads, can you warn me first so I can look away?
I can't predict his behavior. He eats more goblins than anything else.
That doesn't upset you at all?
I don't know. People eat cows all the time and stuff. It's weird. I don't know what my morality is on this issue. It's just like, we kind of have bigger fish to fry, and he's a goblin. He does what he wants. It's kind of the point.
Okay. That
Plus,
sounds
it's
like
not
an
like-
excuse to me.
He's also like, it's not like he's going around just like randomly killing people for fun.
He seemed to enjoy it quite a bit.
Well, he didn't do it just for fun though. He stopped the guy that was being bad.
That's one way to put it.
And I mean, what are we gonna do with people that are doing crazy bad stuff? Just lock them away forever? That's not fair. That's how we got the dragon problem.
So what are you going to do about the dragon problem?
I don't know yet. We haven't figured that out. I think we're trying to give him therapy so that he stops being crazy.
Well, I can get behind that.
That was my idea.
I think that's what we're trying to do, but first we have to stop Zane from being in power and save Zane.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help with books and whatnot, just let me know.
Yeah. I'm not, I mean, I don't have a brain, so, yeah.
As you guys are talking, the sun is rising on the horizon, and you know that you're starting to get pretty close to your home. And you see plumes of black smoke rising on the horizon.
Oh, that's not right.
Smokestack, smokestack, smokestack. Like a veritable forest of them, columns going up into the air.
When you say smokestack, do you mean like smoke going up, or do you mean like an industrial stack, like smokestack?
Like smoke coming from
Okay.
an industrial smokestack.
Could be ships. Flotilla.
I was like, did you just set up a fucking like coal factory right on my village to
We
poison us?
colonized it! Huh,
Oh boy.
I just realized we don't have a doctor assigned to our ship, and we have this new necromancer right around here. So.
Oh god.
He would be so happy to do that for you.
The Lich is the medic. Oh no.
I mean, has powerful healing, and I just have to wait for you to
Well, I
come
can't
over.
see anything wrong with this at all.
Okay, everyone, ding 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 ding. Trouble. Hands on deck. I pointed all the smoke.
Oh, look! The smell of industry revitalizing this once rural area.
Lucius is in your crow's nest with a spyglass and says, Juno, you might want to come up and take a look at this.
Fly on over and have a look.
Why is his name?
The elf.
He's your navigator.
Oh.
The horned elf that we picked up in the adventure village.
Wow, no, I don't remember him.
He hasn't really done a lot.
His name's also gross.
Lucius. So what do we see? The spying eye.
What do your elf eyes see? Aw,
It is.
That's why he's the navigator.
you're the navigator.
Is this gonna be Isengard?
I'm the captain.
No.
Ah, did you imagine?
So you see a vast swath of ships, like a massive armada, more than you can easily count. You pan across with a spyglass, and it just keeps on going and going and going. There's gunboats and dreadnoughts and little builder cruisers, but at the heart of it is a giant ship, easily the size of a modern-day aircraft carrier. It's got two huge hulls that sweep up and join together, and it is just decked out with cannons. And there are builder, titans strapped to the side of it.
Oh, bloody shite.
I think that's called the blockade.
Yeah, and it is right on top of Marilla's home. And as you're looking through the spyglass, you see one of the titans be released from a series of clamps, and it drops into the water and starts sinking into the sea.
What do you see up there, boy kid?
Well, we'll have company underwater.
Nice.
Something big
Good
and
line.
nice to break.
I would have also accepted adventure.
An adventure.
Adventure!
Smash a fucking fireball on the side of the mast.
Well, we're not getting anywhere close, so we'll have to walk underwater, if anything.
Can the exosuits...
Oh, you mean the exosuits that have been smashed and blown to bits with
Oh,
lightning?
that was one suit. Cry me a river.
They provide temporary protection.
Yeah.
You can't walk that far underwater in an exosuit.
Well, I guess we'll have to sneak by them. Or what have you. 'Cause we ain't taking on all of that.
No.
I'm good at sneaking in water, but, I mean, you guys have to breathe.
I'm gonna sneak in.
Are you?
Yeah. I should qualify for that. I'm good at.
Okay. You're usually running and screaming, so.
Yeah, usually.
Orby starts bouncing up and down.
Are these your buddies, buddy?
What's that?
Are these your buddies, buddy?
What was it?
One
blink
yes,
for
two no.
yes.
2 blinks.
All right. No. Okay. Huh. I'm all excited. This will take a while to get to. Wait a minute.
I'll take out the alphabet chart.
Just spell it out.
Fucking do a Ouija board.
Yeah, we'll Ouija board this.
Have a little pointer. and
I'll
go-
grab the goblin I've tattooed the Ouija board to.
Okay. It takes some time, but he spells out other me.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Okay, your friend.
take a quick look around for any other builder tech. Are we have any spies around the ship?
Are you using the spyglass? Do you want to look closely?
Yeah, I think I want to look closely. Oh wow, 12.
Okay, ask me your questions.
Let's see.
Give me all 3 questions, and I'll give you all 3 answers.
Okay. Is one of those orb things around spying on us?
Other than Orby, obviously.
Yeah.
All 3 questions together.
So let's see. What should I be
Worried about?
Yeah, no, it's the giant thing underground. Is there something here that we are missing, or is hidden from sight? What should I be worried of? Oh, this is speak softly. That's what this is. Look at the wrong one. Is something out of place? What looks suspicious?
So maybe
What is going on? What's my sense to tell me? And are we being spied on by one of those orbs? Because that's what I'm thinking it's leaning towards.
Okay, so you're not being spied on yet. What you are missing is that, I mean, they're really easy to miss because they're like tiny little orbs that are buzzing in the air. But they are spinning around in the air above the flotilla and kind of like panning out. So you will be found eventually. And what was your last question? Suspicious or out of place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that. There are spy drones in the air, and there's like this giant honking armada that is ahead of you.
Yeah. So Gal mentioned. Those things will be onto us pretty quick unless we want to turn around right about now.
Are any of the Titans strapped to the boat, those unique ones from the earlier cutscene? There's generic Titans?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. That's all I want. Visual reference.
Hey, how do you want to handle this? Want to go and destroy the main ship and then head down and save the village?
I mean, you do have a lot of friends. Probably could do some damage there.
Yeah, if you want, I could try and one-man goblin that. Wait, I replaced the wrong word with the wrong word. If you want, I could try and one goblin army that. It's all this goblin needs. It's just making me crazy.
As you guys are talking, another Titan drops free and starts sinking towards Marilla's village.
Oh, they're hitting the village.
They are, yeah, like this huge battleship is right on top of her village, and it's slowly dropping Titans into the water towards it. And then there are a flotilla of ships surrounding it, protecting it.
I'm gonna jump off the boat and go down the stairs.
Oh,
Did you jump off the boat, or did you go down into the hull?
Jump off the boat.
wait, don't do that right now.
We could fly directly with what we have onto the main ship. If we can take that out, then
You 3 should head to Marilla's village together.
We won't be able to reach it from here.
yeah, we can't.
Wait.
Orby is in a flat-out panic now.
I make a whistle, whale pops out.
Get in its mouth.
Will that work, GM?
The whale will try and take you there, sure, but
If it
if
doesn't work.
something were to happen to the whale, you'd be pretty fucked.
Yep.
Bring up a...
Bring a bunch of scrap metal inside and figure it out
We'll
along
bring
the way.
some gear in the exosuits.
Okay?
And like air barrels.
We don't have those.
Barrels full of air, they're literally everywhere.
Yeah, but you can't.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
In the case the whale dies, we'll at least float up to the top.
Go inside its brain, there's a bunch of rubber sealant in there called ambergris, and just put it over the barrels.
Orby sinks to the floor.
Don't worry, Norman, we're getting out of here.
Oh crap! I think your machine's in range.
Yeah, they're coming.
No, it's transmitting all its information back to the
We literally can't know that.
Double
Anyway,
blank.
yeah, see, double now.
All right.
Get in there and go save the
Alright.
people. I'll buy you guys time and then throw my body overboard.
Well, as
Okay.
good
Yeah,
as,
plan.
not as any. Yeah, we just load up on whatever we can.
You're that crewman. Get to the pilot's chair and get the boat out of here.
Okay.
What?
Snaps a salute. The crew takes over the ship.
I'll go to the edge of water and start making friends with the animals in the area, as I am Lord of Beasts.
Okay.
A pod of whales, because now they come in pods, will show up and I'll start throwing my companions into their mouths.
Okay.
Probably one.
Ships are starting to veer off and come towards you guys.
So our ship is heading away. We're going under the water.
Okay. So the whales sink underwater. What were the instructions that you gave them?
Well, they're whales, so they're people intelligent.
Yep.
Because whales are. So these guys are going to tell them what they want them to do, and they're going to try and follow the best of their ability.
Well, they're
They
going
come
to
in
be
pods.
in the whales. So these
I
guys
guess
are going
Marilla
to
would be-
have no idea what's going on.
Follow Marilla then.
Okay.
Marilla, you got to be really sparkly and bright.
Just take a little reins and just right on top of it.
Yeah. Like, go to the whale and point out where it has to go.
I will do so.
And my whales come in pods, so this pod of whales, you're in one of them, and the other ones are going to try to run interference and keep shit out of your way.
A missile's coming. No.
Okay. So you go underwater. How fast can you swim?
Presumably kind of faster than people, but not like a jet.
Right. Because you guys are pretty far out. So tell us about your home. Tell us what it looks like, where it is, what its structure is, and then I'll tell you what's happening.
Above ground, it's just like a tiny island that widens out when it goes below ground. There's a like a underwater tunnel thing at the entrance that leads down. It's like a twisting kind of thing, and then like caves and stuff that often have like little places to pop up for air, but not often enough for people. And the main place is just like basically one big cave with like little pockets and stuff that people sleep in. We actually don't build. We kind of just live in caves and like we'll sleep in the same place long enough that it'll make like a little sleeping dent.
Okay. So you can see that the tunnels leading into your home have been ripped and gouged open to be enlarged, so that massive titans can fit through. And as you swim forth, you periodically see just a constant stream of titans dropping down and moving in through the tunnels. And in addition to that, occasionally you'll also see this giant circular metal ball with whirring drills on the front of it, and 8 legs that it's using to swim like a squid come down and start boring through the rock and going into it.
They're attacking Zion.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
damn it! We missed the rave.
Maybe you did. God,
You guys are in a damp, moist, dark place. Who are you bringing with you? Anyone? Or just your merry selves?
We will. You know, I'm gonna bring the ghost.
Okay?
I'm not bringing anyone.
I technically have a goblin gator, but I never gave it stats, so.
I gave it stats.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's in the list. I took a goblin cat.
I would have brought the ship, but it's wrecked.
I mean, we repaired it, but it would get wrecked at the moment when it's get close. There's a fire station at that.
And you, what are you doing?
All of my companions and allies got into a whale's mouth. It's a pod. You're going to beeline under and directly to the capital ship, jump up and beat yourselves on the capital ship, and disgorge an army.
Okay.
You're doing a Nidus rush.
So the Zephyr is taken off.
Yep.
Yeah. And you guys are in a whale.
Yeah. Like, there's goblins clean to the side and stuff. It's going to be a big mess. We're bringing that whole goblin community.
Okay. What happens when a whale hits a mine?
That sounds like a cut.
It is a cut.
All right. In that case, it'll probably damage one of its stats.
Let's all
Okay.
overcome it.
Unless, yeah, I can like steer them by overcoming or whatever.
Overcoming with sense or wisdom or something.
Yeah, one of those.
Or blood.
Well, I mean,
Courage.
you're facing the same problem that these guys are facing, which is that when you're within the whale, you don't really have a lot of knowledge about what's going on outside.
There's a move I can take that actually lets me have that. Unless you just like see through their eyes as if I was God.
So you hear a detonation on the outside, and your whale reels in pain, and one of its stats is damaged.
Okay, we're gonna keep on charging through. Other whales are gonna go in front of it. Another sea life, like schools of fish and stuff, are now gonna form an arrow in front of it, and basically be the.
Be the chum.
Yup. I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees, and they're suicidal today. They're ready for this.
So you just hear like, I mean, you're within the belly of the whale, so everything is muffled, but you just keep hearing these like wet thumps, just thump, thump, thump. But then eventually it reaches the ship that you directed it to go to, and it leaps up into the air and disengorges you and all of your companions onto the surface of the ship.
It's gonna land on the surface of the ship too and crush things.
Okay.
Free Willy style.
That's not what happened in Free Willy.
In my mind, it did.
So it lands on the. You suicide it onto the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. Nature isn't all puppies, guys.
You do have some cover, right?
Yes, actually, and it's gonna do a Whale Lord slam attack. Just like Charizard.
Hey whale, jump to the pointiest bit so you just cushion our fall.
Okay, so you beach the whale, and you run forth onto the surface of the warship. You see cannons everywhere that are pivoting, looking around, trying to track for you guys to show up. They're firing at whales where they can see them, because they know now that you are controlling the whales. There's crew running around, and facing off against you is an army of Phalanx drones and 3 Titans.
Alright.
Looks like it's an even fight! Oh man, I hope that doesn't get in the history books. It sounds mean.
That sounds like a group of titans. Rule of 3.
Sure, group of Titans.
That just makes it harder for Devin.
I have access to the area tag.
How?
My weapons. I'm a goblin. Like I'm an orc. I have access to all the shit to take these guys down.
And you guys, Marilla, you get close to your home, and you see, like the Titans are moving through, they're going in, they're expanding the holes, various things are drilling. Your home is starting to be like carved into Swiss cheese.
Oh boy. And, do I see any of my people yet?
You see corpses.
It's kind of...
Mermaid corpse. That's the right.
I guess it would be like...
Foul water.
What does it look like when they die?
Yeah, like, I assume if we die in the water or anywhere, we kind of disperse, but our water is a bit thicker than normal water, so
Probably have like
considering there's
pools.
a bunch of them, we can probably I can probably tell. You guys probably can't tell.
There's more water. Maybe this one's cooler. Underwater lakes.
Can you pause for 1 second?
Sure. Okay, we're back.
Okay, so Marilla,
Yeah.
you eventually start to get close to your home, and you see, as I described, it is under siege. The whales halt behind you, waiting on your signal. Up above, you see, like I mentioned, the huge battleship was double hulled. So there's one hull on one side of your island, and the other hull is clean on the other side, and it's abreast over top of it. And you see the bottoms of a whole bunch of other ships milling about, as well as a number of spiked orbs that are bobbing in the water. You watch as Goblin King's whales move in towards the battleship, and the spiky balls detach and start slamming into the fish and the whales and blowing up and detonating. And some of them detach and start coming down towards your pod of whales. A Goblin King whale leaps up into the air, and you don't see it anymore.
Are these holes big enough for whale?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they're big, but whales are bigger. Well,
If they were wide enough for titans, maybe.
maybe the ones that are being drilled by the those squid-like things.
Okay, guys, I guess that's where we're going. How am I gonna do that? We should have gotten different fucking things.
You get close to the water, you can try talking sense to the whales.
Well,
The
no,
whales
I can just tell the whales to do what I want. It's fine. It's just I have to go kill one of these giant robots by myself now.
And you've got a cut coming at you in the fact that the mines are moving towards your pond.
Dissolve them.
What?
Dissolve them. You have acid, unless you spend all of it.
I do have acid. Let me see if I've used that. I guess this counts as a threat.
Yep.
So yeah, I will use my power word acid to melt them. It's called Divine Beam.
So you make any part of your body into a weapon.
No, below.
Oh. Down. Divine beam. You know a word of power, it can be any verb or improper noun. You can use your power word to command any natural object or animal to follow that word.
For example, you can speak power word burn to set an animal on fire. Or blast open the door, blah blah. Yeah, that one.
Acid you
So you're commanding the mines to detonate?
Well, I'm not like commanding them. If my power word was like fucking die or something, but it can be burn. It can be power word burn, and it sets an animal on fire. It's not telling them what to do. I have power word acid, so it's like fucking
Be melted.
The water around them turns to acid.
Okay. So you melt the mines.
Excellent. Oh, I have to take damage to yours. Fuck.
melted.
And it delays the threat.
Oh.
So you get the first wave, but more are coming. And the longer you guys stay out here, the more are going to come.
Because in order to get to the tunnel, I assume I would have to fight that robot that's making the tunnel.
No, they're like inside. Yeah, they're all going in.
Okay.
I mean, you could just take the whale towards some other entrance, puke us out, and we can just walk on through, I guess. Just leave the whale
You
behind.
can't breathe underwater.
We brought the exosuits for this last little
The exosuits are connected to the boat. You can't have brought the exosuits.
Well, they'll hold a little bit of small amount.
They'll hold air.
But we're not totally helpless underwater. Hoover has once before just
what?
screw it and gone through the water, completely ignoring the danger before. And he's really good at digging.
So what are you guys doing?
Well, we're apparently in the whales.
Yeah,
so
you guys are in the whales.
So until
you hear
like,
muffled thuds and thumps from outside, but that's about it.
Okay, come not breathe.
Oh my god. Let's go outside, guys.
Yeah, so I guess we
Okay.
hold our breath.
Yeah, so you see.
You realize it's over an hour's swim, right? Like, you can't fucking hold your breath this long.
No, but we're at the. I'm assuming that we were going to be
You
left.
said your people have air pockets. They'll figure it out. This is an unnecessary holdout.
The jaws of the whales open up, and water starts to pour in and swim around your ankles and slowly rise around you guys.
Take a deep freaking breath.
Yep.
In front of you, you see the same scene that I described earlier to Marilla. You see the mountainous underwater tower of her home that is being drilled and torn apart by various titans and giant robots that are going inside.
Well, this looks disconcerting. Well, no time to lose.
So Hoover has also grabbed two as best as he can, made air-proof sacks. This is just, to justify a little bit. So we've got that to like get 1 or 2 breaths out of.
Yep.
Or we can take the exosuits. Your call. But if they're connected to the ship, then we can't.
You made them. You tell us how they're connected.
They're connected
Maybe
to the
we-
ship. There's
maybe
no
we-
magic. They don't have. There's no magical air generators.
Maybe we took them, just stuck out like a couple barrels next to them and just walking on with that. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
Do you have any move to like tunnel through? You got a tunneling.
yeah, literally. Not only do I have tunneling, I have mines that instantly create a tunnel, and I have explosives that instantly create a tunnel.
Well, the create a tunnel. Do
So-
your magic.
Lack of tunnels is not your problem.
What is the problem? Are we close to the? So we flip out of the whale.
Mhm.
What's going on? Describe.
There are mines coming towards you. She's dissolved some of them with her acid, but she only temporarily delayed the threat. More are coming in.
Okay, well.
And the Titans and robots are not paying attention to you right now because they are intent on annihilating her people. But once you start moving closer and going in, they will very much pay attention to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna let. Thankfully, one of the pieces of gear I'm carrying is a mine similar to the type they're using. It doesn't seek out, but it will explode when something gets near it.
Okay.
So I'll burn one of my mines and basically motion to swim away very, very fast because hydrostasis.
Okay. So you shove out a mine through the water that sails upwards. The other mines are attracted by the motion and they all collapse in. And there is a huge underwater detonation. But it is far enough away from you that you guys are not injured. You use one of your mines and you guys start moving in.
Yep.
Okay. So you're going in through the tunnels?
Yeah, I think that's the best way forward.
Okay. Are you trying to sneak in or are you just going in whole hog?
I think, given the situation, we're gonna go in whole hog because we desperately need to get to an area where we can breathe.
Okay. Then when you start moving towards the tunnel, one of the Titans that was busy clawing through an opening catches sight of you and pushes off and drops down to block your way. Back to you. So the Phalanx drones are arrayed. It's an army of them. They're in a big V in front of you. The Titans are standing behind them. One of the Titans turns, looks at the other one, gives a signal, and the crew who are manning the cannons swing them around to point towards the deck.
Okay.
A ship that can point at itself. That's ill-advised. Take
I
off
know,
those
right?
hands.
I was hoping that something like this would go down.
Wall builder engineering.
Well, some wall building construction.
Okay. Moves. How are we pulling this guy off? Alright. So, what cut is coming towards me?
The cannons are going to fire.
They're going to fire at themselves on the ship.
They're
Are
going to
they-
fire at the... So, it is like
The giant
aircraft
whale.
carrier sized.
Uh-huh.
You guys are next to a whale on the middle. They are going to fire at that area of the ship.
They're going to blow up the whale. You
Yeah.
know, the perfect way to dispose of a whale.
Yes. Okay. In that case, I am going to signal to Winter to basically fire off one of his powder kegs. He had one of his sets powder keg, which would be, a bomb, into the army of phalanx drones. And I will go on in with my weapons and stuff and start to get into the army. I will detonate that powder keg.
Okay?
The idea being that
I gotta
we'll
get into
hit
this
them
thing.
with an area.
I can't get it.
Sure.
So he's creating advantage for me and giving me the justification for the area tag, which gives me advantage over them. And I'm going to immediately go in to finish them.
Sure.
Alright, so how I finish them is I am going to... Yeah, I'm just going to go straight on in and just get to a melee and set off the keg and then jump away and let it blow up on them.
Okay.
I don't have anyone with me who's an ally. I don't have hope. I just realized I don't have hope. And that was something I really need in these scenarios.
Womp, 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 womp.
Technically, because I have advantage of them, I could have sea creatures scoop them away, but they're an army, so we gotta see how this goes. Because I can have groups show up, but not an army. just a little bit higher. This is an army, right?
This is an army.
Okay. Oof. That's an 8 on finish though.
Roll damage.
So, with blood, I'm going to jump on and start hacking through these guys. I'm going to try and damage their energy shield stat.
Okay. An 8 is enough to do damage. So you damage the stat, which breaks the army into 2 groups.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is my response to the cut of they're going to start shooting at us because now I'm in the middle of the phalanx drones. So if they're shooting at us, they're going to start hitting these goddamn drones.
Only if they shoot at you.
Exactly. But like everyone's starting to rush in and run across the ship. Goblins are climbing on. Everything's going into the weeds now. Those gunners are seeing goblins climb on their guns and stuff.
Okay. They will open fire regardless.
Okay.
And it is a cut with dangerous and burning. And it is going to affect you, your companions, and the phalanx drones.
Oh, they're going to start just wiping out the drones.
That's what they're there for.
Fair, fair, fair. All right. So let me knock off the powder keg. I am going to damage Barfy, the Goblin Cat of Blue Class's Stone Breath, in response to this cut as a bond of servitude to try and overcome this by having the majority of the intelligent companions group up around the Cat of Blue Class, and he'll put out Stone Breath and build a stone shell.
Okay.
So they'll be spared the horror of this. That'll be the overcome option. I'm just checking off Stone Breath. So that's with blood. So yeah, we'll get everyone together, we'll build a stone dome, and we'll just see hellfire rain down on the deck of the ship. The wolves will just scatter away. They're wolves.
Okay.
Kind of hard to shoot them. I'm just going to roll nothing but 6s all night. So 6, 7, 8.
Pay a price.
So I will pay a price. Who are manning these guns?
Just crew. Just
Just
guys.
people?
Yep.
Human beings?
I mean, not just humans. There are elves. There are halflings.
All right, I will pay a price of having Crispin the Wolf die.
Okay.
He will take damage with his 2 stats damage and be fucking dead. Bye, Crispin. Relationship with Crispin ended.
It's complicated.
The Titans are going to break off, and one is going to chase after Bitey, and the other is going to chase after Juno.
Perfect, that's what they're there for.
Juno the wolf and Juno the character.
Right.
Right?
Thought that you named one of his.
What happens to the phalanx drones when they get hit by that dangerous area destruction?
They get damaged, and they break into 4 gangs.
So, army, group, gang?
Yeah.
Right, and then after gang, it's individuals?
Yep.
Oh, this is a nightmare. Phalanx drones are going to be a huge problem. Okay. So, presumably that stone shell breaks, people run on out and stuff.
And the deck is on fire.
The deck is on fire. We got to get away from the deck then. So, I will have Winter take his rifle and aim at one of the Titans and fire at one of its optic sensors. This is Bonds of Servitude to give me an advantage. And once I have advantage over this golem, by briefly distracting it, a kraken will sweep its legs out with its tentacles from the deck and pull it underwater.
Okay. You grab one of the Titans and drag it off the deck and pull it underwater. The other 2 Titans are going to damage your wolves and send them flying off the edge.
Okay.
You guys come up in the tunnels. It is absolute bedlam in there. You see Titans are using basically flamethrowers to scorch groups of rain. You see prowling around those giant spider-like robotic walkers. I'll give you their stats. Oh, it's too long.
That's not a good sign.
Sounds like we'll have to just walk around them and save as many people as we can.
Yeah, you might have to evacuate this community.
Pretty much.
That's what I was planning on doing, but I don't know how.
And they're just tearing into people. It took you guys a long time to get here, and they have had a while to get this attack underway. One of them sees you guys enter. Well, no, you guys have the Titan coming behind you. The one who pushed off.
Should I take care of that?
If you want.
I mean, it's a single Titan, therefore I can keep them busy with my parry counter thrust.
Sure. So you start keeping a Titan busy.
Yep. Quick, Marilla, start evacuating your people.
Yes.
Prover is going to make a path.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's going to basically start running through and try and drawing a few of them off, and occasionally he throws off a explosive package here or there and other technological bits. But I'm going to flavor that as rolling clear a path using iron.
So what do you want to accomplish here?
I'd like to create a path for Marilla to get through and for her people to get out.
To get through to where?
Well, I'm assuming there's a central chamber where they're defending, or can I create a path to escape for the...
Yeah, there's a number of areas where they're holed up, trying to hold the Titans at bay or fight off these giant spider walkers. But where are you trying to get them out to? Just the open ocean?
The whale, probably? Unless the whale is dead. Our whale's still alive, right?
The whales are being attacked by mines.
Oh, right.
So if they're not dead now, they will be soon.
Well, probably you want to create some escape path to some safe pocket, and then we could try tunneling out of there
We could tunnel straight out.
into the right beneath the ship.
Well, straight out of the mountain, anyway.
The mountain.
Yes.
I could go through the mountain.
But we don't want to go straight up because
Yeah.
there's a boat there.
The giant ship is right over the mountain.
Okay.
So
Also, I also have a thing where I can just, like, go where I want and no one can stop me.
Yeah.
So.
Once we get the people out of the thing, he flies, I fly. You could easily go through the water and not be caught, or just use your bullshit powers.
Cool.
but we need to save your people as much as we can. So create an escape route for us, I guess.
Yeah. So I will try and use forge a path to create an escape, train escape. Just basically go through the nastiest area and just throwing off explosives, opening up extra passages.
So you're trying to get to a pocket of survivors?
Trying to create a path.
Yes.
You're not saying anything when you say that.
Right,
So,
yeah.
well, I guess my question is, like, there's this underwater cavern system that has had a whole bunch of tunnels bored into it. And outside is open ocean and the Armada. So what are you trying to create a path to? Because her people can live underwater briefly, but they can't exist there indefinitely.
Yeah.
And the ocean, like the open ocean, is just as deadly to them eventually as it is to you or to you.
Yeah.
They can't just swim
I'm going
away.
to get to the people who are defending so we can try and rally the people to get there at a later date.
Okay.
That involves making a path through all this crap.
So you want to make a path to a pocket of survivors?
Yeah.
That was my question.
Yeah. Okay.
Go for it.
I'm basically we're working together. We're roughly in the same place.
Yeah. We're definitely working together to try to have my people not die.
Right?
That would be good. 14.
Nice.
Okay. So you dive in and start burrowing through the rock, and you manage to carve a path up through into a chamber where there is a group of people who are still resisting. There's maybe 30 odd of them. They have makeshift weapons. The Titans haven't quite tunneled into this area yet, so they're poking and prodding and keeping them at bay. As soon as you pop up, a number of them turn and aim those weapons at you.
Marilla, talk with
Yeah, wait! We're here to save you!
Thank God.
We have to get out of
What's
the
going on? Why are the builders attacking us?
Because the leader of the builders is evil right now.
They finally turned on us.
Yeah. We have to go.
They did a thing called Order 66. I'm not sure what that is, but
It's not good.
Yeah.
you're killing us to make Juno feel sad.
I'm not gonna throw it.
The wall builders have turned on us. Embrace your goblin heritage.
All right, so now we've got. I assume that there's like they're coming through a tunnel. The bad guys.
Yeah, they're starting to like claw through,
Okay.
and the roof is vibrating, and rocks are starting to fall down.
Okay. Yeah. So once we're all in the chamber, Hoover will throw another mine the other way, and one of the effects is to cave in a small room or narrow tunnel on cue, or blast open a wall or door on cue.
I guess we could always rig this chamber we went to, so when they break in, we'll just collapse on them to damage the army as we're escaping through your...
Yeah, that should... I'm hoping to just... I'm not throwing like a... This isn't a big one, it's just a small one. So this will throw enough rocks so that the advanced forces will have to wait for the digging units to get here.
Okay.
Gives a chance to get out.
So you guys are leaving somewhere, and you're trying to collapse the area behind you?
Well, I'm assuming that we tunneled our way into the room, and then there's also like bad forces coming up we're dealing with right now.
Yep.
So I'm going to use the explosives to collapse it on them so that we can go and so that we have a little bit of time to maneuver.
Okay. Yeah, you collapse the passageways that they're trying to claw open, and you buy yourself a little bit of time. You are on board a burning deck.
All right. Can I take an action before cuts come?
Yes.
All right. Like I can go on the offensive.
Yep.
Okay. How many Titans are on deck?
2.
All right. And are the Titans intelligent or are they just robots?
Do you
They
know?
look at each other and they point and stuff.
Well, we're probably like sentient, more maybe not sapient.
I think you mean the other way around.
You got to help me out a little bit more here, man. This is a Wendy's.
Well, they probably don't have like full intellect or what have you, but they understand.
I burn my last famous. One of these Titans has a spark of freedom in its eye. It's
Okay.
my companion.
Sure.
Thank you, the Rain playbook. It's just a power you could have. Not that a Jedi would teach you. Alright. Titan has a spark of freedom in its eyes. Perfect. In that case, I'll like be screaming at people, directing fights. We're pushing back against the robots, trying to stay out of cannon fire. And like I'll look at the Titan and I'll be like, "Don't you want to be free? Don't you want to join the winning side? Don't you want to tell people they're not your dad? Come on! Get some of those guns shooting at other guns! Let's clear this deck, let's sink this ship!
So
You're gonna live forever!"
well, this restraining ball just falls off and then starts rebelling.
Yeah, it kind of looks at its hands and then
It's
looks
big,
at the wreckage
strong.
around. And then it walks over to a cannon that's firing at the deck and just grabs it and tears it and throws it over the side.
I'm gonna have them start trying to actually start destroying the ship's superstructure. We're gonna sink their capital ship.
Okay.
You only have to lose your chains.
The other Titan runs to tackle it.
I gotta look at Titans to see what I can do to these
The
fucking
Phalanx
things.
drones are going to try and swarm you.
They're gonna try and swarm me?
Yeah.
They
Like
can't
they're
hurt
just
me, so
piling on.
good. I'm glad they're doing that. Because they, as long as myself, have forgotten that they can't hurt me.
Is it wobbly?
Okay, he's larger than life, huge and copy damage from the ground, stronger than is reasonable. The stat must be damaged twice. Okay, I will start running, and I will get onto that explosive skateboard I have. And
Well, the Phalanx drones can't hurt you.
I'm watery, so like if they try to grab me, I'll just slush through them.
Yeah. So you'd have to like warp and flow your body through them. You would have to get away.
I'm instead.
Yeah, because Wobbles isn't actually the one that lets you not be
Bound.
bound.
That's fine. I instead will have Gorman Gost pick me up in his powerful, shaking jaws and hurl me at the Titan away from the Phalanx drones. Giving me
Okay.
the advantage to get on top of the Titan. I
So
will mark off his
you're-
cruel boost.
Damaging one of his stats to do
Yeah,
that?
I'm using him as a to get advantage through bonds of servitude.
Okay.
So he will throw me into the air, and I will attempt to overcome this Titan fighting the other Titan by just attacking him. I'm just going to overcome it. I'm just going to get up in its eye grill and start distracting it.
Roll it.
All right. Blood.
God damn these
13.
Okay.
Oh, you're not going anywhere, buddy!
You latch on to the Titan and clog up its optic sensors, and it staggers about blindly.
What can you do, Builder Tech? With all your strength, you can't hurt me!
Yeah. It's clawing at its face, trying to grab onto you, trying to get a hold, but because you're so wobbly and watery, it just
I'll tell you the
goes
secret,
right through
Titan.
you.
Hit me as hard as you can and you'll kill me instantly. No questions asked.
How do your companions deal with fire?
I ran away from it, and I'm going to have whales capsize a bit and start spraying the deck with their blowholes. And like krakens are going to start washing the deck with their blubbery tentacles because they're all like weird and rubbery. We're going to start trying to rock this thing to get waves onto it and start fucking with it.
Okay.
You're doing the like street riot thing.
It's
Like rocking a car.
We're rocking a cop car in the middle of a riot. We've already hit it with a Molotov.
Okay. You start suiciding more and more whales
Yeah.
onto the deck.
There's probably hundreds of thousands of millions of whales in the ocean because we haven't fished them all to death.
Why did someone make a dark, gritty reboot of Free Willy?
Right? I'm gonna see if can the dolphins figure out the mines follow movement? Are they smart enough for that?
Dolphins? Yeah.
They're going to start trying to lead the mines to ships around this area because there are ships around here.
Okay.
Like, just do the thing from Galaxy Quest. So, however you want that to play out.
Sure. You can command your dolphins to start trying to do that.
Yeah, like, the sea life has gotten pretty pissed at all these boats. The ocean has turned against them.
There is a lot of chum in the
Oh,
water
yeah.
right now. Like,
You bet.
it is red.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. But as far as any of these sailors are going to say when they get back home, the sea got angry.
Time to part this red
Also,
sea.
not just the sea. Birds and shit are going to be flying down attacking sailors. There's going to be all sorts of shit happening that's not going to be awesome for people. Insects, cockroaches are going to be coming out of places. Trying to climb into people's mouths and making them upset.
Okay. Yeah, so you are commanding all of the beasts to rise up, and you effectively put out the fires, and you're occupying this Titan. Your other Titan, who is now your companion, is running around, ripping up cannons, tossing them into the ocean. The Phalanx drones are piling onto your companions, but they're not super effective at combat or dealing damage. They're more protective.
They're a phalanx.
So they're not doing too much. It looks like you kind of got the upper deck pretty well in hand.
Alright, we're going to have to do cleanup on this upper deck and get rid of these things so we can focus on other shit.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you want to swing away from us, because it looks
Yeah,
like we
we'll
have the
swing
advantage.
back to you guys. It's gonna take you some time to clean up, but you've got this under control. You guys. So you've gone back down into the tunnel with 30-odd rain people.
Yeah.
You've collapsed it behind you, so you've bought yourself a little bit of time.
Should find the rest of your people, and I can dig them out to the top.
Yes, do we know where anyone else is? If anyone else is?
Do they have some sort of sanctuary where they go when there's problems and trouble and what have you?
The Gungan
No one
habitat.
can come here.
I mean, it's the advantage is that also is that it is your area. So if there's some sort of communication method,
you can command more
if
about
there's-
this.
You can command
Yeah.
more about this place.
Yeah, I know, but like I already described it.
Alright.
We can add to it.
But if there's something you think we could use here,
We have this one horn there that we blow when
Like,
there's something important.
Yeah, sure. I could just like add in stuff that would be helpful, but it
Maybe
would...
stuff you didn't think about at the first thing. Because,
Like-
these people might have shit like that.
When danger news, we'll throw ourselves into the spears and eventually we'll win. It worked for us in the past.
Get those energy orbs to start
Like, our
catapulting them.
defense is the fact that no one's supposed to be able to get here, because everyone else needs to
So where
leave.
are you guys on your way to?
I asked them if they know where anyone else is.
They no. I mean, like when they attacked, we just holed ourselves up in a room and just defended ourselves the best we could. I assume other people are doing the same, but I.
Okay. In which case, you should get them out, or we should get them out. You guys should head to our boat.
Your boat took off.
But like,
That
how
was your
far
plan.
away did it take
Away,
off?
away.
Yeah, I don't know how far it's
I mean, we
going to
can-
go, but
we
it's
can-
trying to get away from being, shot to death by ships.
If you can leave
I mean,
more
it
people,
peeled off part of the armada behind it, but yeah,
Oof.
it's going.
That's
perhaps you should leave more people here. We can defend this point, and I'll start digging up.
We don't want to go up.
Well, whichever way.
I mean, down.
Alright.
If you guys hit bedrock, I can just keep digging down. Minecraft style.
Minecraft style, dig down, then put earth above you.
Versus
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Let's say
If I was an Ur-dwarf, I
One
can just
torch.
dig through the water.
If only you were an Urdor, if you could make literal Minecraft tunnels in the water that the ocean can't refill.
Yup.
If only. Are you the warlord?
No, I'm the cyborg.
Oh, God damn, I forgot.
So
You
if
don't have
only
that
some-
dick bridge power?
So if you only had some time to prepare,
Yeah, I've got.
If only we had time.
We
While
don't.
constantly being harassed by the Overlord.
So I'll have to use an ability I thought was going to be useless, but turned out to be pretty damn useful. So I guess we start looking for survivors, and I start digging.
dig more. Tell me. Does this place have some plumbing where all the people can flow through?
We have tunnels and shit.
Probably like little holes. they
So
can slip through.
you dig and you pop through. You guys are maybe heading towards noise, sounds of screaming, distress that might indicate people are alive, and you pop into a cavern where there's about 15 or so rain people who are backed into a corner by one of those spider tanks.
Well, I swipe in front of it and do my carry parry to
It's a set piece.
Ah, okay, well then, what's in the set piece?
It's in
I
the Fellowship fucking
Discord.
Discord. There we go.
Yeah, he's
Ah.
posted it. If you guys can
It
take
has
Oh.
a million stats. We're kind of fucked.
What are the two set pieces? That's kind of much.
there's only one right now. Ignore that times two.
That's a ton of set pieces work. Okay. Well, I guess pause while we read this.
Okay, we can pause. We're back.
Okay. So there's a lot of stats.
I'm gonna run up to it and get its attention away from all those people, and I'm gonna try to keep it busy.
Okay.
Oh.
It skitters and pivots and turns towards you.
Roll.
This is Marilla acting very emotionally, by the way, because she has courage -1 and also it's damaged. So yeah.
And you are now directly in front of it, so you must pay a price.
So I got a 4, and
Cut.
yeah, and yeah, the price I'll pay. I'm running out of prices to pay.
I have just so many prices to pay in dog lives.
Guess I'll damage my cannot be ignored, because this is really dumb, so no one's gonna listen to me. And there we go.
Alright, approval will be. Get back, Marilla! Your people have paid a high enough price already!
Well, I get to make a cut.
Yup. Which doesn't have to be damage overload.
Yeah, it's. I'm aware of that.
Separate.
But it's not going to be damage. I'm going to show signs of an approaching threat. The roof above you starts to vibrate and rocks start to fall, just like in the other room.
Oh boy.
Okay, swing the spotlight back to you guys.
Okay, that will work. I guess I'll try to keep them busy by myself this time, so I can create advantage for you. So I'd fly in front of it. I guess the price I'll be paying is using my rifle to take pot shots at it, so it would pay more attention to me. As you know.
So you use an ammo?
Yes, I'm spending ammo
Okay.
as a price. And let's see what I'll be able to keep them busy. Ooh, that's a 6, so no. Cut me, Overlord, cut me.
Okay.
I should point out to you that you are working alongside
Yes. I did roll 3 dice.
Oh.
1, 1, and 3.
Oof.
Since you are right in front of it and you are attacking it with, you're trying to fire your rifle at it,
Yep.
it's going to leap forward and damage you with its chainsaw teeth.
Oh God, it's treading on you.
It grabs your arm and just starts chewing it up. And I am going to damage your blood.
Is it piercing?
It is piercing.
Oh, here we go.
Clickety clack, my blood's already damaged.
Okay. Then you lose your grace as it hews into one of your limbs and just mangles it up.
This is getting serious. I've been running on empty for a little while, by the way.
What do you mean?
Like things I have to spend are depleting.
Oh yeah.
Its flamethrowers on
Those
top
wolves
of
are
it
dead for me.
pivot towards Poover and fire its ranged burning attack at you.
Okay. Prover will overcome. He is an engineer aboard a ship with a notoriously flammable thing. He is wearing, his armor is described as being basically a smithy apron.
Would be less flammable if you didn't drink on your job.
I cleaned the drink out with oil.
Oh.
It gets rid of
The
skin.
good news is Poover has long. The bad news is Poover is out of alcohol. The good news is Poover is out of alcohol. So roll overcome.
Roll overcome.
You can roll iron to not give a crap about this.
Okay.
What?
Oh,
You don't get to choose what stat you use to do
Whoa.
overcome. Overcome is plus blood.
Oh, okay. Dude. Oh yes, and I'm working alongside.
Yes. Always.
No.
To overcome, how were you working alongside someone to overcome the fire blasts
Oh, good
that
point.
you are enduring?
So I get a 7.
Okay.
a
Are you
price,
going to
or-
pay a price to take a 10, or are you going to create a temporary solution?
Let's see. What do I have left? I'll pay a price. I think the ghost is going to distract we just haven't mentioned. Caleb is going to distract the thing and get a.
Companions and other allies will not willingly go near the spider tank.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Until you show them that it's a chum. Which we haven't.
Okay, I think my rifle's gonna go off then, so I won't be able to use it this
Okay.
fight.
So it maybe like sears the metal and melts the muzzle shut, and you'll have to fix it later.
Yeah, or even just the powder actually burns off. It takes a long time to reload this monstrosity.
Okay. All right, that was it. So swing back to you guys.
Okay. Shall Poover? So we don't have advantage right now because you blew it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Poover does not like being on like with this fire going off, so he's gonna kick in his Icarus gears, and I don't think he expects a dwarf to suddenly jump up and fly. So I'm gonna use it to gain advantage. I'm gonna try taking out its what? Probably the
So
Leg.
what we want is the leg to be gone, so I can go inside and kill the spider or the power core. However, it also has advanced defenses, which means it's difficult to harm when its defenses are active.
Yeah, and there's a little phalanx drone that's running around it.
so.
Kill the drone first. Because they'll soak whatever damage comes first.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's what they do. The phalanx drone is also posted into chat.
Alright, so I'll try and take out the drone.
Okay, so you leap into the air and attack it from above, which it is not expecting, which lets you finish it. How are you attacking?
Gonna jump on the thing and basically, Poover knows what these defense drones are there, and they're relatively small and missing, right? So he's
They're like man-sized.
yeah, so he's just basically gonna tear out some wires with his claws and
Okay, melee attack, sure.
nine. Oh, sorry, that's an 8.
That's damage, and I think it only has one stat.
Yeah, so you damage its energy shield, you rip out its wires, and it shorts out and collapses to the ground.
Okay.
In retaliation, the spider tank is going to fire an ensnaring web at you.
Okay.
Why is it retaliating? We didn't, roll poor lick. But sure.
Well, it still gets to do stuff.
Do I get to?
I mean-
do I try and overcome this, or how does this work?
You can overcome it.
Okay. Slide again, I guess? Oh, no, 6.
Okay, so it fires out a web, and Poover is pinned to the ground.
Okay,
You guys,
how do we unpin Puva?
you just go help him.
Okay. I guess I'll keep it distracted while you go save Poover.
Melting the net sounds like definitely a
Yeah.
Marilla thing.
Yeah, alright. I'll go over and use my acidic enzymes to melt parts of
and
it.
I'll keep it distracted so that, it won't try cleaning down Marilla and what have you. Ooh, that's 9, 10. So yes, I do keep them busy for however long we need.
Okay, so you cradle your wounded arm and switch your sword over to your left hand, which you are equal.
My left
or no,
upper
your
arm.
your other right arm. And start jabbing at it with your sword and drive it back. It skitters around, moving and trying to get a good beat on you to find an opening in your defenses and attack. The rain people who were cornered by it are starting to run around and try and get as far away from this as they can without actually going out into the tunnels where there are more of these things and titans around.
So to
they're
our tunnel.
caught between a rock and a hard place. Deck of the ship.
Have we taken it?
Yeah, you've got it well in hand.
All right. Are there crew members on board?
There were.
Are there still?
There's a few manning the cannons.
All right. I'll yell at them all. I'll be like, "Know this! The sea is angry with the wall builders. Flee your posts and go to your lifeboats, or go down with this vessel and make it your watery grave.
Nice.
This is your last chance, and it's one more than what was that architect's name whose brain I ate?
Maximilian Tor?
And it's one more than I gave Maximilian Tor before I ate his brain out of his skull and turned it into a cup to hold the juices of my victory.
Right.
Flee!
Talk sense?
All right.
Sense!
With all the monsters and horrors, and an actual Titan joined my side and is actively wrecking the ship behind me.
Well, I mean, it's punching the hull, but the hull withstood cannon fire.
Sure. Doesn't mean it's not going to eventually
It will
get
still
off.
kind of fire from the outside.
I appeal to their emotions or desires.
I mean,
Desires
yes,
to
that's
not
plus
die?
wisdom.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I got +1 on that. Wisdom's one of my good stats.
Or detailed plan and the places.
11!
Yes.
Okay.
We do have
They head to the lifeboats.
I should.
Yeah, they turn and flee. I mean, there are whales that are actively beaching themselves on top of this wreckage.
The goblins will start and the
Krakens are swinging tentacles at them. Birds are coming out of the sky to peck at their eyes. They are fleeing.
okay, the goblins and the dwarves I brought with me are going to start manning the turrets and start shooting other ships.
Okay.
Is there a loudspeaker because it's a command ship, or is this their radio network or something?
You don't see one on the deck.
I'll start scurrying around the ship with peeps.
Okay. So, when you go into the ship, you do a long journey describing the defenses between you and the core, which is just going to be you and me.
Oh boy!
Um,
I hope the ship turns into a giant sea robot.
So I will start. As you head in, you quickly realize that this ship is huge and vast, and you have no idea where to go. How do you get around that? Also, there are crew and golems stationed throughout it that are actively resisting you.
The golems are controlled by architects we established in an earlier session, so there's an architect controlling them.
Or just giving a command, they're still following it.
You establish that an architect commands the golems.
Mm-hmm.
So, do any of these crewmen look like architects?
None of the ones that you encounter. But as we know, architects like to hide in the hold and give orders over the intercom and offer people additional money to do services.
Time for another anti-capitalist speech in Goblin King.
Wait a minute. This was a ship built by white people. It has air vents.
Okay.
People start crawling into the air vents.
Sure.
We're small and toddler sizes we've established, so.
You're xenomorphing this?
Yeah, I'm gonna start face-huggering this. We'll start crawling through the vents.
So only you and the goblins can go through the vents.
Fine by me, as long as they hold the ship, we're good.
Okay, that doesn't really help with the problem that you don't know where to go.
So we have a lot of access now that we have vents, which means we can jump out where people have holed themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that and start basically interrogating people about where the architect is.
Where's your captain now?
Sure. So you crawl through the vents until you find an area where it looks like there are some people working, just like doing buildery stuff, moving dials, pulling levers, spinning wheels, and you burst out into the midst of them.
Me, goblins, spiders, rats, and crabs.
Okay. They immediately like turn and start trying to flee for the doors.
And like spiders, rats, crabs, and goblins.
You are no longer in the wild.
Are there
You're-
animals in here, though? Because we brought animals.
I'm no longer in the wild. The wild is in me.
That's the thing about the ocean.
Okay, I will give you rats because there are always rats and cockroaches.
Bugs, and there's a lot of them because they only come to me in large groups.
Okay, and what are they doing?
They're going to start swarming around the room where doors and accesses are and stuff, along with the goblins I brought with me. Like, we're going to start boxing these people in.
Okay, they back off, raise their hands.
You know I always give you a chance.
That's not what I hear.
You always get one. And this is your one. Don't push it past one. Alright. Are you the architects controlling the golems?
No,
Are you lying to me?
no.
Alright. Where's the architect controlling the golems?
Bridge?
Okay. You are going to show us where the bridge is.
Talk sense.
Yeah, roll it.
Not sense. Detail your plan and their place in it.
This is clearly me intimidating them.
That too. I couldn't-
7, I got an 8. So I owe them a favor. Alright.
I will
I'll
not
spare
kill
you.
you.
No, that's not a favor. That goes without saying.
I mean,
Alright. Here's what I'll do for you.
I will take out that money from like session 1 or 2 I got.
I'm gonna give you a bunch of money to do what I want. And it's all good. When you get home, you're war heroes and you have a retirement fund. And it goes without saying I won't kill you.
Yeah, we'll take you to the bridge.
Now, tell me before we go where the bridge is. Like, not exactly how to get there. Describe to me where the bridge is.
So there's like the main deck.
Yeah,
right?
just there. Been there, done that, wiped it out.
Yeah, and then sort of just down from there on the back is a control room.
Could I have gotten there from the main deck?
Yes.
Is there a way to get to there from where we are without going onto the main deck? Like, is there a back way in?
Yeah, there's all kinds of ways through the ship.
And that's where you think this architect would be. And you're of the opinion this architect would not have fled to a safe place to let you die for him?
No, I'm not of that opinion at all.
Alright, where do you think the architect would have fled after he left me to kill you because he's a coward? Please, I know, I work with architects. It's okay. We're all friends here with this.
I honestly don't know. I'm not sure if he would have fled. We're kind of winning.
But,
Buddy.
have you heard about what's going on in the main deck?
Yeah,
Or the other ships?
That's so 5 minutes ago, buddy.
that's just the main deck. I mean,
Alright, fair enough. Then yeah, let's head to the bridge, bud. And like I'll say I, threatened you and stuff, which I did.
Let me just rough you up a bit.
I'm not gonna rough you up, it's fine.
okay. They start leading you towards the bridge.
Okay. Man, I hope this doesn't fuck me up.
You guys.
I'm gonna mark off that treasure.
Ooh, so where? Oh yeah, we rescued Poover, and now I'm still keeping this thing distracted.
Yes, which means we have advantage, right? That's-
Yeah, so you
yeah.
freed Poover, and you are keeping it distracted.
Yeah.
Hoover should go and
So
rip
it
his
is.
leg off.
Now that I'm gonna try and
Or go kill its defenses. Yeah. That's the early defense.
That's how it looks, guys. I can't keep it on for
No
too
problem.
long.
So, well, he's keeping it busy,
You
so...
have dice in your hand. Why don't you give me my dice?
Prover is going to, once again, now we've got the thing distracted, head up, and he's going to plug up the, basically thrust a big rock into the phalanx deployment system.
Okay.
Nope.
What did you get?
A 6.
Okay.
That is a note.
So that is a cut. You go to plug up the phalanx exhaust port with your rock, and as you do, it spins away from Juno to attack you with its chainsaw teeth.
Okay.
And it will damage your... What do you have undamaged? Everything?
Yeah,
It will damage your blood.
Of course.
Look at this, Mr. Full Health.
What are you up to, Marilla?
I assume we no longer have advantage.
No,
Nope.
you no longer have advantage.
It consumed it.
I will...
Get your people out of here so we can leave as well. Maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're winning this fight.
No.
I'll try to... Yeah, I'll organize my people to all come to where we have the other people.
Go to our safe tunnel.
Yeah.
They can't get out anyway, so...
Hmm?
Well, maybe, I mean, it's chaos, right? Like, we need to survive this fight to get out. So...
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to stop coming until that ship comes down.
Yeah.
So you, Coral, and you herd all of the people into this little pocket of safety, this tunnel that you have barricaded off, and everyone is holing up in there. As a survivor, they are shaking in fear. They are clearly terrified out of their minds, but they are listening to you and trusting that you are going to see them through this. Juno, what are you up to?
If we evacuate everyone, like, yes, we can try to get away from this thing. Would that work? Can we run into our safe tunnel and have it not follow us?
I'll keep
Well-
it busy. Go.
The problem with your safe tunnel is you blocked off the other end of it.
Yeah.
And also, you desperately... Yeah, we need to win this fight.
You want to take this down?
I don't think we have literally any other option. I don't think fleeing...
Tunnel further?
We can't tunnel with this thing kicking our asses. Right? It digs.
I mean, it'll chase you.
It digs, but it digs slowly.
No, it doesn't. It's fucking huge. It has 8 legs and a super drill.
Yes, but we have Poover, who's sober.
That doesn't bode well.
Fine.
That does not slow me down, lad.
Fine. If we cannot run away from it, then we'll have to face it down.
Whatever you decide to go with, but is it reasonable to run away from this thing or what?
Yeah, if you roll a getaway and you roll 10 plus, you get away safely and you take people with you.
Yep.
Like, you can do that. It will chase you, and you can keep trying to do that until maybe Goblin King takes down the ship, at which point
Stuff might happen.
tides might change.
Things are going to go different.
It is the Matrix, guys. So I'm down for either one of those. But
I mean, we can always try to get away, and if it turns out that's not working, we can...
Or we could just fight it for another round.
fine, I'll try to keep it busy then. To give
We
you...
still have advantage, don't we?
We don't.
No, you used it.
No, that burned
Oh,
me.
You
okay.
use it when you try and finish.
Yeah. So I'll try to keep it busy to give you an opening. Oh, that's it. 10 plus. So yes, I keep it busy.
Okay, are you paying your price?
Oh, more rifle. Pew pew. There you go.
Okay. You unload a salvo right into its whirling buzzsaw chainsaw jaws,
Yep.
and use your ammo, but it recoils from that, and its attention is fully focused on you, giving Hoover an opening.
So I still have the flamethrower on me, right?
Do you? What
It
did you
fired
do?
at you.
Yeah, it's still firing at me, I'm presuming, or whatever. So I'm going to ignore the flames going on and just basically start hacking, taking the rock and smashing at the, despite the fact that I'm on fire.
Okay, so you're trying to
Wear it down,
smash-
finish through wearing me down. And,
What are you trying to damage?
I guess the phalanx unit again, because we
Okay.
have to take that out, right?
Right?
The phalanx unit's secondary. The leg is primary.
Yeah, but alright, I can take out the leg, but then if we do that, we also then have to take out the
core.
core, right?
And
Yes.
then you win.
Yeah, and that's it.
The phalanx unit is inconsequential.
Okay, I'll take out the leg.
Again, think about like we don't have any piercing attack, therefore naturally we can target things in the
Sure you can. It's a big giant thing.
And we are working together as a team, so...
Yeah, obviously.
If you're attacking one giant scaffold leg, it's not going to bounce
There we
over
go.
to the back leg.
11.
Okay,
So again, hacking out hydraulic things and
so you
pulling
grab
the
your
wires.
rock and you leap through the flames and smash into a leg.
Yeah.
And it shears off the robot. And out of the rear hatch pops another phalanx drone.
I would like to jump into the hole that the leg just made. Considering I'm like liquid, I can probably like flow through it.
Okay, it is going to leap away.
Because we can't actually do that until we take out the rocket thing as well.
Well, you guys can get to it because you can fly.
Rocket
Flies
thing?
Marilla's in. They have
Oh.
it has a jumping.
That's true.
One of you guys can fly Marilla in, and she can hit the thermal exhaust board.
Yeah, and I can also like go up walls and shit. It's just the fact that it's jumping away. That's a quick motion.
Jumps into the air and flips upside down and latches onto the roof. And fires a web at Juno.
Okay. So I guess I'll try to overcome that to dodge away. Which means I'm rolling despair. That won't end well. That's a 2.
Ooh.
Not a minus 1.
Okay. So it pins you to the floor, and I am going to take out some of your gear. One of your coin purses ruptures, and some of your precious cash just spills out all over the ground.
That's
How
a
did you
load
heal
of
your
cash.
cash?
Huh?
How did you heal your cash?
What do you mean?
He did. He
thought
has
you
like
were-
7.
He has more than one.
That was your food that you spent all of last time.
I have food and fine
Yeah.
food and a load of cash and dragon's sword and it keeps going.
So a nervous crewman walks you to the bridge
All right.
and just kind of gestures to the door.
Is it like keypadded or anything?
No.
Can we just open it?
Yeah.
Just open it.
Okay.
What's in here?
You open. It's a big control room. There are screens that are displaying different vantage points around the ship. A lot of them are focused on whales and kraken and cannon fire and
Those
tracking
come
the
in pods,
movement of the
that's
other
right.
ships. Yeah. There's various crewmen operating machinery. There is an architect standing at the middle. And
Does
there
he
are two-
forearms?
Sure, he's got four
Yes!
arms. And there are two guards who raise their rifles and fire at you as you enter the door. Which, I mean, wobbles.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot. I keep forgetting I'm immortal. So, turn T1000 style.
Hear me, architect! The Goblin King has arrived on your bridge.
Who are you
Does
again?
he turn to me?
Yeah, he turns to look at you. He's petrified. He literally wets himself.
Oh my god.
Oh no, no
Bit
keypads.
rude. Don't worry about it, I do that all the time. So, this is the time that you should surrender.
I surrender.
Oh, okay, yeah, power down the golems, shut down the ship, get everyone get on their lifeboats.
We don't want to shut down the ship.
Oh yeah, don't shut the ship. Do you control this armada, this fleet?
Do you think I'm running this?
Who's running this then?
One of the Overlord's generals.
Somebody
Saren.
Call him?
He didn't
Architect
actually.
Juno?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Is that where Architect Juno goes? Fine.
Sorry, that's,
That's an in-joke.
yeah.
I was just like, wait, is he actually going by Overlord? Because that's sinister.
There's a return.
I mean, the old change of government, you know, you pass down the Grand Architect to someone smaller, and then like, I'm the Overlord.
I'm Fire Lord, Phoenix Lord Ozai.
Sorry, come. It's something in my throat. One of Grand Architect Zane's most trusted advisors is in charge of this ship.
Okay,
And-
where is it?
He's guarding the core.
Perfect. Everyone here should get on lifeboats and abandoned ship. This is gonna get real bad before it gets real better. And I know you're an architect and your blood is a command code. Tell the golems to stop working on the ship.
If I do that, I'll be killed.
I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I actually don't really want to kill you, so how about this? You do that, I don't kill you, we find you a nice tropical island to live on. Do you have family? We'll get your family out.
How about I wait 20 minutes and see how this plays out?
Oh, is that how we're gonna do it?
I take a switchblade.
How about we wait 20 minutes? Do we want to go back? How about in 20 minutes we go back 20 minutes to back when you were alive?
Look, I know what you're going to do to me. And it's way better than what's going to happen to me if I fail. So, if you excuse me, I'll take the knife.
Dramatic. Okay.
I'll have the goblins start wrecking shit on the control panels.
Okay, they are good at smashing.
All right, all of you get together. Come on. All of you get together in the middle here.
Yep, they group up.
All right.
We're gonna lead them out onto the main deck where all of my companions are and stuff.
They don't leave the room.
Yeah, we're putting you on lifeboats. Don't be such a piss pants.
Sorry, you're gonna have to kill me.
Does he have a necklace that's mind control or something?
Does he have mind control jewelry?
No, he doesn't. He's just terrified. And not of you.
Alright, we'll tie them up, and we will by force drag them out onto the main deck and throw them in a lifeboat.
Sure. And while you were spending all that time doing that,
Yeah, that's fine.
you guys are fighting the spider.
Well, we have more of those explosives. Maybe if we take it down the ceiling.
Oh, that is such a terrible idea.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do actually have more explosives. But where were we? We were
I was pinned. Marilla's around. There's a drone.
It's on the ceiling.
Yes.
It's on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I still have Icarus wings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fly up, and I guess we're going to...
Push Marilla in.
This is really terrible.
Time to sacrifice Juno to save the people. A heroic sacrifice.
Duty
Wait.
calls. You pay the price.
I
pay a
was about
price.
to do it!
So well conditioned.
So what about using explosives to get it off the roof? It seems to be in an ideal spot for me to slide some explosives under it.
It's not like we'd be finishing it or something. Yeah, you still have to take it with the drone.
Can't you just put Marilla on the ceiling by the leg, and she can swarm up into the ceiling where it's not airtight and get in?
So what are you trying to do?
Actually, we have a drone active, don't we?
A Phalanx drone? Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
So can I just go in it and I guess I have to keep that busy?
You need to get advantage on it to attack. Yeah.
All right. Well, keep it busy. Am I working alone here, or?
I mean, I'm pinned down the webs.
He's pinned. She's tending to the hospital. Well, not the survivors.
Oh, in that case, you know what I'm going to do is we'll have to take a cut. I've got to get you out of the.
I mean, there isn't a cut coming your way yet.
So I'm just going to
Rescue.
get the
Okay.
rescue him out.
So you're rescuing him. You are
Being
working to
rescued.
free yourself, and you are.
I'm gonna try to get inside of it again. So I'm gonna.
Oh, that's such a terrible idea.
To get away,
Why?
to get into it.
Why is it a terrible idea?
Because you get automatic cuts every time you
Every time you what?
do this, don't you? By getting into its face.
Every time you're in front of it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's going around it, right?
But it's just going to jump away.
So sneak in. Try to get away, maybe.
Yeah, kind of.
Drawing no attention.
Getting away removes you from the scene.
Getting away is you move from somewhere to somewhere. Like if I want to go there, I'm getting away from here to there because there isn't a move of I want to sneak by. There is.
You could also get away to get out of sight. I guess that's keep them busy. I don't know what you have left
Because,
for
like,
stats.
what other move is to go somewhere? I will get there. So I think, I mean, we run into this when we're running Transformers. There isn't a move like that. I think Getaway is meant to...
Getaway is for getting away from danger.
Look closely.
Well, how do
to-
you sneak then?
Well, what are you trying to do? The end result is getting Marilla into the leg?
Yeah.
Just go into the leg if you can get up there.
But it'll jump away. So I'm trying to sneak up on it so it doesn't.
Then overcome it jumping away.
That's preventing harm.
You could keep them busy courage and give advantage on the next attack.
You stop the obstacle threat.
Distraction.
Keep it busy. Bide some time. Distract it.
Didn't you just keep it busy?
No, because I had to go and rescue.
Right.
Juno.
Alright, yeah, whatever. I'll try to keep it busy. I'm not gonna succeed though, because it's courage.
Is
Okay.
it your courage damage?
It's -1 and damaged.
Oh god, do something else.
I can keep it busy once I have an actual action.
Yeah, so we just Marilla, you're not doing anything right now. You're too injured, so you're gonna stay back.
I mean, I want to do something, but I don't know, man.
So
I don't know what I
go
can do.
to Juno or
Yeah, I guess I'll.
Well,
Is he
if
gonna
you
free
guys
cut?
are all doing something, yeah, it is going to try and jump down on top of Juno.
Okay.
And it is going to attack you with its chainsaw teeth.
Woo-wee. So, yeah, I try to keep it busy, but...
So overcome.
You wanna roll that? Because I'm at -1 and damaged, and you're +1 damaged.
Oh yeah.
Protect the queen!
Okay, so I get a straight roll because it's the protection of the.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's not bad. That's a 12.
Okay. So you manage to grab a nearby rock and jam it into its chainsaw teeth, which it spins around and saws into and starts slowly reducing to rubble, but it is not currently chewing through Juno Alderon.
Okay. So while he's doing that, I'll fly backwards underneath it so that start jamming things behind it to keep it busy, but while not being in front of it, so I don't have to pay a price that way.
Sure.
So I'm trying to be the annoying insect from behind. So 6, 7, 8. So I'll spend some more of my cash on jamming my precious coins to its exhaust, so it just melts into it and creates a lot of short circuits there.
It is very hot inside, so.
Exactly. My precious money.
Okay.
No.
So he is keeping it busy.
Okay. So if I now try to jump inside of it, can I, or will it jump away still?
You need to damage its jumping spider stat, but you can do that now because you have advantage.
There's also the Phalanx drone.
Yes, there is still a phalanx drone.
So if I try to do the jumping spider, the drone will come out.
The drone will eat it. No, the drone won't come out.
But it'll.
The drone will eat the attack.
Yeah.
And if you were to damage the jumping spider, it would deploy a drone.
Okay.
So you might as well just try the drone.
I'll kill the drone. I'll jump on it and slam dunk it into the ground. Which I guess is blood. So I got a 9.
Damage it.
That's enough to damage a drone,
Yes.
which will take it out.
Excellent.
So the drone once again clatters to the ground. You have loaded people up onto boats and
All right.
sent them on their merry way. They are now adrift in a sea of blood and ships and
And
kraken.
mines that go after things
Tie
that
up.
move.
But they're builder mines. They won't attack builder ships.
Oh, that's good to know. Its own guns were shooting itself, so I thought maybe the
I
drones.
bet if Archibald to sail across it, they'd be attacking us. But
I'm like wiping my hands off. I'll turn to the Titan. That's our ally.
Yeah, they never appreciate how merciful they are, right?
Shrugs.
Right? I like you.
Blade.
You're alright. Let's go deal with that general.
Yeah, we're gonna head back into the ship, and we're gonna head straight to the engine room. And I'm gonna throw something at you, something that you gave me. I'm going to command lore about something that hasn't happened yet, as per my prophecy.
Okay.
And because of all the goings on and stuff, a careless crew member who maybe is just a little sympathetic to Goblin King's cause left a direct path directly to the engine room through unlocked doors and unarmed security systems. I didn't even know about it. It was a side adventure someone else had in like a spin-off movie or manga. about these people who were like thought that the rebellion was right, and then went through this whole Rogue One story to line up the path straight to the engine room. And I will burn that reward we got from Fellowship with the Titan, or with the tree giant.
The
Okay.
library.
You manage to find your way through the ship, which has alarm klaxons blaring, sirens going off, red lights flashing, and find the door to the power core.
Okay. I will enter
And-
with my allies.
Where it says the castle remains flying, that should be the ship remains floating.
That's fine. So you did the flying castle too?
Yeah.
Nice. And this is a source of power? Oh no, wait. Is it like a source of power, like an overlord one?
No,
Okay, it's just
it's
a
a
power
power
core.
source. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, because remember, only the towers are sources.
It's Acerin!
I swear I edited this. Yes. So you toss open the door, and Aceryn is there, and he looks different.
Aww.
Yeah.
No. No, they roboticized him?
Yeah. He is. He has empty, sunken eyes, and you see like down his neck and onto his shoulder there are barnacles. And he looks a little sallow and pale, and you can burn that bond because he is no longer the same person.
Seems a little... Seems like I shouldn't have to burn that bond, just in case there's still him riding around
You
like Darth
can-
Vader.
You can spend it to get something through
Alright.
this fight,
Alright,
but he is no longer a fan of yours.
okay. There's still something rattling around in there.
Yeah. So
Alright,
at some point
that's cool.
during this, you can turn it in. You can cash it in for something.
That's fine.
Hey!
And he is behind a row of phalanx drones, and then buzzing in the air behind him are things that look kind of like Orby, but they have guns and saws and blades and needles strapped all over them.
Hey, Acerin.
Just turns and looks at you.
Is it Acerin? Or is, am I talking to someone else, behind those cool dead eyes?
I was Acerin until you happened to me.
You could have not gone back to the big evil dragon. We let you go.
That's more than I'll do for you. He draws his sword.
Alright, let's get this party started.
So, I'm going to be taking rad damage, I'm hearing.
Yes.
Awesome.
And let me post in Acerin.
Cool. Kill bots.
They have a specific kill limit.
They do have a specific kill limit.
Yeah, so just throw goblins at them.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to start happening. Yeah, okay. First thing that's going to happen is I am going to burn... no, Winter probably is on deck. I'm going to burn Mavy's powder keg.
I thought you only had goblins with you.
Oh, now that we're not going through the air ducts,
Right, yeah, you don't
we
have to
walked
go through air
right the
ducts.
fuck through.
Okay,
Is
sure.
this place big enough for Titans?
So let's describe the room.
Yeah,
So it's like a big open circular chamber. It's large enough that there are scores of phalanx guys in front of him and scores of killbots floating in the air. And you know like the power core for like the second Death Star?
yeah.
There's like that.
Looks
in the
angry
middle
as
of the
shit.
room. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just buzzing around.
Open the event horizon.
Whenever people say power core, I always think Star Trek.
Okay. Alright. So is this big enough for a Titan? Because it's a builder ship and Titans and ghouls walk
If
through
it
here.
crouches, it can get through the.
Alright, then the Titan's
goes.
here and so is the Lich.
Okay.
Oh, our Lich?
I thought no, the Lich you didn't bring.
I don't.
Because you said if I wanted to...
No, yeah, you did. You decided
Yeah,
to bring
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, just to double check. You're the type of lich that if you see an energy field bigger than your own head, you would definitely consume it, right? Unlimited power, that sort of thing.
That doesn't seem wise.
So that kind of sounds like exactly the kind of lich you are, right? You like to play dangerously. Unlimited power. Ancient secrets. Come on. Don't tell me you play it safe. Captain Immortal.
You don't live to 500,000 years old by being reckless.
But what's the point of living for
But then,
1,000 years if you don't
I guess
live
I'm not really living.
Oh, yeah, purpose. I was like,
Yeah, and you didn't. Alright, I know what the score is.
You'll be safe. You have like 10 Horcruxes around.
yeah, how many Horcruxes you got, you old bitch?
What exactly are you angling at here, Goblin King?
I'm just making sure that there are options on the chessboard. I'm assuming they have chess. All boring people do.
How about this? You throw your people at those buzzy, stabby, pointy things,
Yeah.
and I raise some new friends.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's make it happen, Captain Death. For the Goblin King.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to pay a price. I'm gonna feel that my Goblin King blood is getting cancerous and weak, so I will pop the top off a goblin and drink his blood, replacing his now healthy blood with my goblin blood. Or his healthy blood with my infected blood.
So what's the price that you pay?
I killed a goblin. There's one less now.
That's not a price. You have a limitless amount of goblins.
Fine, I'll do it to Borger, who's an actual goblin I have that I made fellowship with.
Okay, that is a price. So you kill Borger.
Well,
and steal
damage
his
him.
blood.
Whoa, 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 Captain, that's not a price. If we're gonna get into semantic territory, I'll damage one of his stats to drink his blood.
Okay.
He's got 2 stats, and
He's
then
got,
the bond.
he's got 2 bottles worth of blood in him.
And then there's the bond
Oh
as
shit,
well.
that's 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crack open a cold boy with the old ones. And yeah, we'll just that'll be for entering the room, and here we go. I'm gonna have Mavie throw her bomb barrel into the phalanx drones, and I'm going to use that advantage to have these swarms of rats crawl into the drones and start chewing their wires so that they're exposed when they detonate.
I keep thinking you're talking about me when you say Maybe, because I had that one vampire character that was named Maybe.
I will get advantage on the phalanx drones, and a swarm of animals will start to take them away.
No, see that ability you can't use because you're not in the wild.
Okay, if I only have a bunch of rats and shit, then bomb barrel's gonna go over to give me area, and I'm just gonna go in and try and finish him.
Okay, roll it.
Oh, I don't have a friend with me.
And pay your price.
Yeah, I will pay my price by drinking the rest of Borger's blood.
Okay.
He's still around, but he has a bond. If I damage him again, I lose friendship with him.
He's just living on friendship now.
Yeah.
Goblin King wouldn't do this if he was a dickhead. Or he would? I don't know.
Just ask the whales.
Yeah, that's those fucking whales. Okay, this landed sideways. So I'm gonna...
Meanwhile.
Where's the goddamn dice roller? Okay, I have one here, but it's full of dice. I need, like, an empty one.
Nice.
Can I just have a dice tray? Alright. 4, 5, 6. Oof. Alright, well, there's my first, yeah, that's my first fail tonight. So, yeah, I don't even finish them.
What did you roll?
I lose advantage, and I must face retaliation.
Okay. And what are the companions you have with you? You have your goblins, you have the lich, you have the titan.
Yeah, and then I have Gormengost, Barfy, Lil, Borger, Mavie, and Julius. Those other wolves fucking died.
Okay. The killbots are going to wade into you, and they're going to damage one of Lil's stats.
No, not Lil! Alright, I'm gonna squeeze in there because she's all disoriented. Fair enough.
And Saren is just going to stand back behind the phalanx drones and just watch.
Alright. Is there a cut in between, or do I react now?
You can go.
Okay.
The cut was that Lil got damaged.
That's fair. Okay, the stone giant and the goblins are going to dive right into those killbots.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Gormengost, and a few of the others are going to try and get rid of these phalanx drones. How many phalanxes are there?
A gang.
A gang? What happens to a gang when I kill it? Goes to individuals?
2 groups.
2 groups? Oh, fuck. Alright, I'm going to see the Lich and his minions if he can hold off the killbots. I have to go straight for Shit. No, we gotta get rid of the power core. The power core is what's important here.
But don't the 5X drones protect the core?
Yeah, probably. But if I can keep them busy, then yeah, okay. I'm gonna see if I can't keep the phalanx drones busy. No, I'm gonna see if my allies can keep the phalanx drones busy because they're kind of weak. The Titan's gonna keep the killbots busy. I am gonna run straight for Acerin, and I'm gonna see if the Lich can start fucking with the power core with his unnatural eldritch power.
Okay.
So, what's your move, Devin?
My move will be keeping the general busy because the general is hot shit.
Ah.
Pay 2 prices.
All
One
right.
for acting in the room, one for opposing a threat to the world.
Okay. I will pay the price of.
And you know that will trigger his dance of death.
Well, it's just dance of death. Anyway,
You'll get
Ah,
damaged.
that's fine. I don't care.
Piercing.
Yeah, I can't be damaged by him. Wait, no, he's a threat to the world. I can. He's actually the only one who can. Yeah, no, this is fine.
And it's necrotic damage.
Yeah, it's fine.
Shred.
Price time for Goblin King as we all kind of charge in like wild people.
Time for a telepathic kill.
Yeah, maybe it'd be awesome,
Do it.
right? Okay. I'm gonna pay prices by blowing up gear. I can always blow up my gear to pay a price.
Okay.
So I will get rid of the yo-yo, or no, the frisbee and the spinning top. I'll like basically use them to like. I can always break gear to pay a price, so it's not even that contextual. It's just a thing Orcs can do.
Yep.
So,
So you
yeah,
break 2 pieces of gear, your spinning top and your frisbee.
yep. And let's keep him busy. Ooh, that's not bad. Keep him busy is courage, so that's a big ol' 9. So they retaliate you when time is up, and their attention is on me for now.
Okay, and because of his dance of death, you take damage. Take it to your courage.
I'm gonna burn my bond to deny him his dance of death, and be like, "Come on, Acerin, we can get you out of here, and you can live through this. You're still in there. It doesn't have to end like this."
Okay. He falters momentarily,
All right, before
It's
the
not
dragon's
long.
like, "What the fuck?"
but it's enough for you to move out of the way. Yeah.
All right, and the Lich, he's magic. That thing's magic. I can't simply destroy the power core, but let's see what the Lich can do.
Yeah, he is trying to wade his way through the fray. He's moving towards it.
All right.
And your goblins are fighting the killbots?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm feeding the goblins to the killbots.
He starts to hold out his hands and use his unnatural eldritch power to chain some lightning into the core. And it starts to waver and falter.
Yes, Sith lightning.
You dudes.
Oh, what were we doing? I think we took out the drone. I was keeping the thing busy.
Yeah, you took out the drone. You managed to keep it busy. You chewed it up with a rock. She got in. She killed the drone. So the drone is down, and the spider is getting ready to come at you again.
Yeah, I guess we don't have an advantage on it.
Not right now.
Okay. I guess I can go and give it a shot. And you want to finish it?
I can try to keep it busy still.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll continue what I was doing. Making it toss back and forth as I'm being a little bee that stings it from the sides.
Yeah, trying to like go back behind it every time it tries to turn
Yeah.
around.
I know.
And not getting in front of it.
Yeah, I've learned.
Stay away from the big pointy teeth.
That's like a 14. Yes, it's busy.
Okay.
Okay.
You have its attention.
What? Oh, rocket thrusters make it.
Yes.
I would like.
Do you
What?
want to give me a shot at this one?
Sure.
It should. Because I have flight, can I potentially just go straight inside?
Do it.
Do it.
Sure.
Blow yourself up to the core.
Yeah, that's Hoover's gonna fly into the core.
Okay.
I mean, it makes more sense if it's harder for you to, and you're
fine.
thrashed.
I didn't actually realize it was big enough for you to get inside of. I thought it was smaller.
How are you dealing with the heat?
The heat?
Yeah.
Hoover is going to. He's used to working with a forge. He's just gonna go in on sheer toughness, and the gear is moving.
Okay, you're gonna have to overcome it.
Okay. So I roll with despair, but I have hope because I'm working with my friends.
Yep.
That would be a 9.
Pay a price or temporary.
I think temporary. I think this is not a place you want to be in.
Okay, so it doesn't damage you yet, but it ignites your clothing, and it's on fire, and you are going to take damage from it.
Okay.
You can either put it out or you can disable the core.
I will disable the core. Specifically, I'm actually going to pay a price of my own. I think it would be appropriate, instead of taking the damage, to use my last explosives. This is literally the sort of crazy situation. And also, I don't want to be holding on to this explosion, any more of my last explosives in this kind of heat.
But it's dry.
So Poover just like flips off his entire apron wrapped around the last explosive and just throws it and just dives away.
Okay, get away.
Get away.
Oh, this is so bad.
Yes.
That would be a 5, unless I'm getting help.
Oh no.
Okay, so you successfully throw your powder keg into the spider, and it detonates and explodes forth in a huge fireball, and you turn to dive out the hatch, but it has snapped shut, and you are caught inside it as it explodes and collapses, so take some damage.
Yeah, that sounds
The
like
rest
it
of
would
you
be-
see Poover fly up into the spider, and then shortly thereafter, there's a big, and the spider collapses itself, and there is rubble and dust and molten metal and no Poover. What are you damaging?
only 1 stats.
I mean, one for the fire that's catching
Sounds
up
like your
with you,
iron stat.
and one for the
And then the fire
explosion.
catches up on you,
Yeah.
so you actually take 2 damage.
Okay. I'm going to damage Grace and Wisdom, because it just seems...
Yeah.
So you guys see the spider go down.
I don't know, we had to get the poover out before it melts or something.
Yeah, we will search through the rubble for Poover.
Yep.
Okay, they run over and start digging you out.
Okay.
Manage to emerge, singed, burned, mostly naked.
Yep.
Oh, that worked.
You did it. You saved your people.
Well, we saved these, like,
This pocket.
40 people. Okay.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
I need a drink.
There's a whole ocean out there if you want. Just kidding.
we gotta get out of here.
Yes.
We can start...
Kinda.
You don't know what to do? Cut to the yard.
Lich is draining the energy. The killbots are going to just go ham on your goblins and start chewing them up. And Asarin just kind of looks at you. No. And stabs the Lich.
Oh shit! I'm gonna overcome that move.
Okay, do it.
Oh fuck! My pitch.
Pay your price.
Here we go. I am going to.
I mean, the lich could take damage.
I'm too close. No, I'm too close to the radiation, so I will grab Gormenghast and use him as cover as I run towards the lich and let him get irradiated on one side,
Okay.
like a steak improperly barbecued.
Okay.
I will damage one of his stats. Sorry, Gormenghast.
I love you, my friend.
But Goblin King, I love you.
Yes, death is part of life. I embrace the void. He's not dead yet. Yeah. Okay, so that's the price for being in the room as I run too close to the reactor.
And now you're acting against the threat to the world.
So I pay another price.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm going to hold up Gormenghast and I'm just going to push through, and he's just going to burn and die as this is clearly corrupting damage.
Okay.
We're all disposable, friend.
Roll to
Except for the
overcome.
Lich, apparently.
Not right now.
He's too cool to die.
Well, no, I need him. He's the only thing I have that can fuck with the power core. I have nothing else but violence. Or maybe hurting the Titan, but I like that Titan.
I would just take Acer and just without killing into the core.
Right? Okay, here we go. Overcome. Don't fuck up, dice. Let's do it in a dice tray. 8, 9, 10. 2 4s, baby.
Okay, so you use the singed body of Gormenghast to block the sword thrust. And you notice that as the sword touches Gormenghast, there's like red electric fire that spreads over the body and it dissolves into nothingness.
Yeah, probably in the middle, so I just throw 2 halves to the ground as they burn away.
From dust to dust.
Alright, bye, Gormenghast. I have a place when we rest.
Yes.
But
When
still, not, it's still
dressed.
not Gormenghast.
It is not. He is gone forever.
And the Lich is sucking the energy out of the core. He's quivering and shaking, but the core is diminishing, and the lights on the ship are starting to dim.
Alright. I'm waiting for the Lich to finish this shit up. I'm gonna have people get near me.
Your goblins are dead, and the kill boss. Who do you have left?
I have Barfy, Lil, Borger, Mavie, Julius, and the Lich. I'm gonna have the Lich burn his minion stat and have the goblins get back up and hold up the killbots.
Nice!
Okay.
I was laughing.
Then you just
So
cast
he
this quick spell.
turns-
Like any classic Lich, he has a circle of death around him at all times that reanimates the dead.
So the killbots are chewing through your goblins,
Again.
but every time a goblin falls, it just sort of like
2 more
clambers
days in
back
place.
up in a jerky motion and starts throwing itself on the blades of the killbots to jam them up.
Yeah, this is a gruesome scene.
Are you doing anything about Isarin? Because if you don't, he's going to try and stab the Lich again.
He's gonna do it again?
Keep him
Keep it
busy.
busy.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to throw myself into keeping him busy, but at this point, Barfy's gonna run on over, and I'm gonna have Barfy and Negan on either side, and have Barfy get chewed up by this.
Okay, so that's your 2 prices,
Yeah, that'll be him.
and then you take damage for keeping him busy.
You should burn a stat to gain advantage on this roll if you don't have it already, because you really don't want to screw. This is the roll.
What advantage can I can't get
No.
hope. There's no hope.
Oh, there's no hope.
There's no hope.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Barfy's 2 stats because it's its health and then it's him dying.
Okay, roll it.
Like I am down to nothing, man. I should have taken one of you guys. We should have had a 5th player. Yeah. No, I guess 6. You count as a player. Not you. Not you here.
Hey, Kevin, why aren't you playing?
Right, Kevin?
It's all your
13. 5 and a 6.
Okay,
Busy as long as you need.
so you keep him busy. And with a flash and a bang, the power core just dissipates and is sucked into the Lich. And he just sort of leans back.
4th stat.
Yes. Unlimited power.
Virtual fight's gonna be so good.
And the lights on the ship go out. And you hear a heaving and a clattering. And now you need to get the fuck out.
What's Acer do? Without
Just standing there.
I'm gonna grab him.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna try to take him with me.
Okay, you're gonna act against the threat to the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man.
So I guess I'm not sure what you'd have to roll for this.
Get away, and I'm taking him with me.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
I'd say.
Do it, but pay your price.
Oh boy. At least I'm not paying double price anymore.
Yeah.
Is he resisting, or is he just standing there like an asshole?
He's resisting.
In that case, I will throw Borger onto him, and he'll be killing Borger as I drag him away.
Okay.
You had a menagerie.
I'll get him back. It's not hard to find goblins. They're everywhere.
I'm like just imagining Zane watching this. Oh my god!
That's a 5.
So you don't get away.
Which means we don't get away.
And I get to make a cut.
Yeah,
He is going to stab you
that's fair. Like just with a knife.
with his rapier.
Yeah, that sounds like I'm taking damage.
Taking
This
a
is
lot of damage.
well, this isn't his like thing. I'm not keeping him busy, so he doesn't get piercing on it, right?
Uh,
Because that's specifically when you keep him busy, he gets that piercing.
no. Ornate rapier. His melee attacks have piercing.
Shit.
When you keep him busy, you take damage.
Should have eaten that rapier.
So
What stat is he damaging?
necrotic to your blood.
Sure. I'll put an asterisk in my blood.
With an N.
And maybe we should do the fallout for all of this next session.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, alright. So everything's falling apart on Goblin King's side.
Everything's kind of falling apart on these guys too.
Well, that's what you get for doing 2 set pieces at the same time.
That's what we get for splitting up.
That's
But-
what you get for not recovering before
That's
you
what you
run
get
into
for-
Oh
a
yes, and
battle.
that's also what we get for not letting anyone recover.
Your people have been wiped out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Goblin
Alright.
King is fighting to bring the Overlord, the General, out to safety instead of drowning at the bottom of this goddamn boat.
I was Tyler.
Peter.
Mark.
Devin,
And Nicole.
and this is sponsored by nobody. Signing off. It's a cliffhanger.